I have to apologise in advance if I look tired. It's because I am. There's a huge bag under my left eye. I noticed it just before I came on stream today. I didn't sleep too well last night for a multitude of reasons, namely all the intercourse. That was definitely keeping me awake, but it's okay. We can talk about all my copious achievement of intercourse later. Let's do a tier list in the name of some gosh darn content, shall we? I had something else to say. That's right. Ground rules. Here are some important ground rules, okay? Number one, when I say that one of my own videos is shit, which I will, you're not allowed to agree. Yeah, you know, it's just not really fair, is it? It's going to upset me. When I say that one of my videos is bad, only I can say that, okay? If you agree in the chat, that's going to make me really upset, and I might have to ban you for life. When I say that one of my videos is an all-time great masterpiece that pushes the boundaries of the internet video sharing medium, that's when you're allowed to agree. Because that won't make me sad. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to everyone? If we have ground rules, we need sky rules. Right, that's a ban. Sorry, Finn, you're going to be timed out. How do I type? Give me a second while I remember how to time people out. Hang on. Stay there, Finn. Because I'm going to time you out. I literally don't remember how to time people out, and I don't think anyone wants it. Alright, Finn. You get away this time. You get away with it this time. But be careful. As soon as one of the mods gets here, you're in some shit, buddy. Do you understand me? The other ground rule, no anime. That might seem weird and random. You might be thinking, how is that relevant? It's not. I just wanted to say it. Don't talk about it. I don't want to fucking hear about it, do I? So we all clear? Excellent. Beautiful. Glad we're all clear. Bam! Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? So here you can see the 5 tiers here. We have the bin. We have unfortunate. Middle of the road. Homely Fudj classics. And of course, the tier which we can expect to see the most videos go into. And that is the gold standard of video creation. The alpha and omega of gaming. And another bit that I couldn't fit in. I feel like this clicking is quite loud, isn't it? Let me go ahead and turn that right down. So, this is where, if anyone else's opinion mattered to me whatsoever, this is where I would try and field all your opinions and be like, what do you guys think? Unfortunately for you, I don't really give a shit. So I'm just going to tell you factually that Pokemon Black and White, when everything changed, goes in the bin. I'll explain to you why it goes in the bin, because it's bad and I'm not proud of it. You know what I realised when going back over my own videos and all my own thumbnails for this? I realised that I've actually made quite a lot of stuff that I'm not very proud of. That made me a bit sad, to be honest. It was a bit of a sobering realisation. I was like, wow, there's a lot of this stuff that I would love to just delete off the face of the internet forever. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. I'm glad that for the most part, whenever I talk about stuff like this, it seems like other people like my videos more than I do. That's good. That's great news. And genuinely, if you enjoy the ones that I put in the bin, that makes me happy. I'm glad to hear it. But the Pokemon Black and White video is by far my least favourite thing I've done. I said it before. I don't really... I missed another follower. I'm sorry. I think they're popping up like behind the internet browser. I'm shit at this, so I'm sorry. Whoever follows, you have great taste. Congratulations. When you do follow, a fucking token thing will pop up. It's cool. It's groovy. It's great. It's probably because I tab out. You know, I tab out and look at the full thing when I'm moving stuff. Yeah, the thing is, I don't really take back a lot of what I say about Pokemon Black and White or what I think about Pokemon Black and White. I still kind of feel the same way about a lot of the things that I say in that video. But it's also not a good video. where I don't express myself very well or articulate my points. Someone pointed out to me in the comment section how I was talking about how I have no faith in Game Freak to do subtle storytelling due to some point. I can't remember what it was that I said, but I said something and I was like, based on this, I have no faith in them doing subtle storytelling. And someone pointed out to me that when you fight N in Pokemon Black and White, he only ever uses Pokemon from like the routes nearby that you can catch in your battles with him, because he doesn't like believe in battling, so he just releases them shortly after. And I was like, wow, that's very subtle storytelling. I feel like a fucking dumbass, don't I? Yeah, there's a couple of things. Yeah, that is by far my most disliked video. Fair enough. That's cool. I wish I could get rid of it too. But if people enjoy it, that's good. I don't think I say much that's like outwards factually wrong in the video. You know, I'm not like horrendously misinformed. But you know, here's another easy one. I doubt many people have seen this one. This is from a long time ago. This is the Smash Ultimate character DLC predictions. I'm trying to remember what my predictions were. I start off pretty serious. I predict like I think it's like Banjo-Kazooie and Erdrick from Dragon Quest, because this was before E3 when they got revealed for Smash. I start off pretty serious to kind of lull people into a sense of false security. Then I go with Metal Sonic, that's kind of a weird pick. Then I think I predict Fall Out Boy, the band, because people were saying that Vault Boy from Fallout would be in, so I put Fall Out Boy in. And then I predicted you, and I have like a hand move towards the screen, and I do a little bit on camera and like pretending to get fucking abducted and like sucked into the fucking virtual. It's sad because a lot of these early videos, I waste a lot of my good jokes on when I wasn't good at making videos. You guys have seen it. I'm glad you guys think it was funny, because I think it's funny and also bad. You know, like it's not a well edited video. I was really ill when I was recording this, and this is like the early Fudj era where my voice is very unconfident, and even though I'm making all these jokes, I don't really sound confident in them. It's just a bit you know. And also, this is during the era in which people still really did not know who I was or what I was doing. Most people came to this from like the 30-minute long Pokemon videos and were like, either this guy is joking or they genuinely believe me. I got a lot of comments that like took it hugely seriously. And were like, they never put Fall Out Boy in a game because Fall Out Boy is real people. What are you talking about, you muppet? And that. And it was funny, is at the time, this is my most viewed video ever, because the thumbnail and everything just came together, and yeah, a few thousand views. Don't worry, Fudj, I thought it was bad. Oh, unfortunate, Binbag, you must have missed the ground rules, buddy. I did say that you're not allowed to agree with me on how bad something is. Oh, I've opened his fucking... How do I fucking do this again? How do I time people out? Listen, Binbag, as soon as I figure this out, again, you're in trouble, buddy. Wait. I'm clicking frantically. Binbag, get ready. Prepare. I literally... Oh my god, I don't... There it is. Sorry, Binbag. That's it. You're going for 600... Hang on, 600 seconds? No, bring him back! Oh my god! I am so sorry. I thought it was a minute. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, I fucking deleted Binbag for 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. Genuinely, Binbag, I'm really... That's 10 minutes. Good old Jimmy G, congratulations on your great taste. I've just accidentally timed someone out for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, Binbag, when you get back here, you can shit on me as much as you want. You can shit on me so much. This was supposed to be a silly joke. Oh, you agree with me that the video is bad? Okay, I timed you out for a minute. 10 minutes? Fuck. Binbag has been terminated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. But, you know, let that be a lesson. I'm not fucking around, alright? I say that my videos are bad. None of you know anything. Okay, what else goes in the bin? What goes in the bin? There's a couple more that go in the bin. This is good music to focus to. Okay, you know what? I actually really don't like this one. This is Fudj still trying to figure himself out. Mid to late 2019. I thought maybe I'd just be, you know what? Maybe give up on my dreams of being funny man. Maybe I will actually be game analysis man. And so I cobbled together this 10-minute video that is supposed to be talking about what is basically unscripted events in video games, you know, random encounters and shit. If you've played any remotely good RPG in your life, then you've definitely bumped into them, or examples that I use in the video are stuff like the Yiga clan and whatnot in Breath of the Wild, where like, okay, they are actually scripted, they're scripted to happen, but they're not fixed to a certain point, they can happen at any random time. And I do think these moments are really cool, but the term I come up with to use for them, unfixed events, it just doesn't feel right. It's weird. I don't know. It's a weird term. I do actually think what I have to say is valuable or useful or good. The Fallout guy, yes, the Fallout guy, fucking Malcolm Holmes in Fallout New Vegas. That's like my favourite example ever. If you've never played Fallout New Vegas, just play Fallout New Vegas. I don't know. Again, it's like early, it's like 2019 Fudj, which most of which I don't think is very good. And the Fallout Boy, yeah, the Fallout Boy. It's just like my delivery is all over the place. You know what I did a lot earlier as well? I had, I don't want to say this and turn you guys off my older videos forever, but there are a lot of wet mouth noises in my early videos. Because I do actually have somewhat of a lisp or a speech impediment. I do still slur my S's ever so slightly, as you can probably tell from that sentence. I've gotten better at it and it's mostly not noticeable. But when I'm recording audio, I often notice myself like slurring my S's and making horrible sounds when I don't mean to, and I try and avoid it. But especially in the early days, even though I have somewhat rectified my lisp, it does still sneak into my videos somewhere. And it's really bad in that video. There's a lot of kind of noises and it's not very nice. It's quite unpleasant, quite off-putting. I think that might be it for the bin. I think maybe there's one more video that I'm yeah, there is. There's one more video that I'm eyeing up that goes in the bin. And for the record, I just want to establish that just because I don't like a video, I don't want to like I obviously don't want to hamper people's enjoyment of my own videos. Jesus Christ, you know, like I'm a very critical guy. That's kind of part of the reason I can do this job. I'm also quite obsessive. So, you know, not sure if ever you noticed, we're always so overly critical of our own voices. I'm glad to hear that. I know that I get a few people sometimes commenting on like wet mouth noises in my videos, and I'm like, no matter how hard I try, that is always just kind of going to happen. Because even though, so I had this lisp when I was a kid, and I had to go to speech therapy, and I sorted a lot of stuff back then, but I didn't sort the lisp. And then I went back to speech therapy when I was like 16 or 17, and I learnt this thing called the butterfly method, which is about like keeping your tongue in the center of your mouth to reduce the gross. Shut up, Miz. Stop it. Stop being nasty to yourself. You're a lovely and handsome man. I'm going to kiss the fuck out of you when this is all over. Full on make out section. You get to feel just how wet my tongue is. You naughty little boy. Stop being mean to yourself. No self-deprecation in my chat. That's the third ground rule. No one here is allowed self-deprecation. Yeah, basically I'm rambling, but yeah, I mostly fixed my lisp, but it does still, no matter how hard I try, it's always going to creep a little bit into my videos, and that makes me upset, because I know some people really hate even the tiniest of little wet mouth noises and whatnot, you know? How's the music sound, by the way, guys? Is it like too quiet? Is it like too loud, just to clarify? Or is it like perfect level? Anyway, the other video I was going to put in the bin, sorry, is, yeah, it's this one. It's the Pokemon Sword and Shield video. Not huge on it. You know, here's the thing. This was a period... Bit quiet? Okay, I can bump it up a little bit. By about 2.5 decibels, let's say. Let's see how that is. Yeah, this... you know what I remember? I really remember... I remember the time around I made this video. This was the time... I think actually earlier this week when I released this video, I left my master's degree, game design and theory. I was the brief period I tried to do my master's degree was crazy because I would travel for over 2 hours a week, over 2 hours into London. I would stay at a hotel overnight because I couldn't afford on-campus accommodation, and do a 6-hour day of this degree, which was nightmarishly hard. It was cool, the teachers were cool, the people were cool, but it was so hard, it was so much. And then I would leave the same day at like 5 o'clock and take like a 2-hour journey from London back to Essex where I live. And it was getting, at the same time I was trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground and trying to make this a thing, and it was just too much. And the week I left, is the week I uploaded this video, because I was really desperate to get a video on Pokemon Sword and Shield out very soon after it came out, because I was like, fuck, I want this fucking channel to work, I want this to get off the ground, I need people to watch my shit, so I'm going to get a Pokemon Sword and Shield video out really soon after it comes out, and hopefully that'll be really big and that'll do numbers. It kind of did. I think it was like my first or second ever video to hit like 2,000 views, or 1,000 views I should say, which is cool. But I have a very vivid memory of like leaving having my last day at my master's degree at university and basically rushing home to like power through this video and distract myself from everything else and just get it finished. And it did okay by my standards at the time. But it's another like, it came out, this video came out a week after Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, which is to say I finished Pokemon Sword and Shield in 2 days. But even then, like 2 days is generous. I'm pretty sure I got to wherever the town, was it Winden? No, wherever the 7th gym is. Who's the 7th gym leader again? This game is so forgettable. Who's the 7th gym leader in Sword and Shield? It's after like Melanie, isn't it? Don't tell me. Oh, it's Piers. It's the fucking, yeah, it's Piers and that bit. I did that bit all in the first day, and then I finished the game pretty quickly on the second day, and then I made the Sword and Shield video over the course of 5 days, and it shows because I kind of rushed my opinion out. I was frankly too nice and too positive on the game. Yeah, the bit with the no voice concert, fucking hell. I did rip on that bit in the video because that was just fucking shit, wasn't it? The corridor town, yeah, the corridor gym town, literally a fucking straight line. Like every other route in the game, fucking shameful. I really should have gone in harder on this game. I regret not shitting on it quite a lot more than I did. I will stay this. I maintain that I do actually much prefer Sword and Shield over Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon are still by far my least favourite Pokemon games. But Sword and Shield are worse games than Pokemon Sun and Moon, if that makes sense. You know, like, from a technical aspect, how they're made, what they represent and whatnot. Yeah, they're the worst Pokemon games. Binbag 420, I'm sorry. That is really, really rubbing it in. That is really putting salt in the wound. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Now they followed and everything. You can shit on me as much as you want when you come back, Binbag. I'm sorry. I guess you could say I took the bins out. Yeah, I was too nice about this game. It's got a couple funny jokes that I'm kind of proud of, but also my audio still isn't very good in this video. Rushed it together in like 4 or 5 days. I should have shit on these games a lot more. And I talk at the end about how like, oh, Pokemon, you got me again. No, you didn't. I'm just as cynical about Pokemon after having played this game, if not more. You know, I should have taken. The general point I'm trying to make is that I should have taken more time to formulate my opinion, you know, and I didn't. And I was very reactive, like, oh, I kind of had fun, you know, fair enough. But then the more I thought about it and kind of sat on it, the more I'm like, wow, these games actually did kind of suck, didn't they? So, yeah, I rushed that together in like 5 days. I think these are the 4 videos I put in the bin. I don't think anything else goes in the bin. I'm just having a look. Wow, very somber music. It's like I'm thinking about bin bag again. Yeah, no, I don't think anything else goes in the bin. So, let's get out of the bin and move into the unfortunate tier. And what goes in unfortunate? Well, let's make this really easy. Let's just get these out of the way, shall we? It's the other 2 kind of original Pokemon videos, if you will. I like these two more than I like the other two, because even if they're not very well edited, and they're early in my career, and my voice is not really, you know, honed for YouTube at the time, I don't hate the things I say in these videos. I think I'm still definitely objectively right. And the X and Y one has one of my best jokes ever, which is about the supporting characters being a piece of furniture. Big fan of that. I still hate listening to myself back, especially in the Sun and Moon video, which, fun fact, was actually technically, I say technically, it was only the second YouTube video I ever made. The first YouTube video I ever made, I can tell a bit of a story about that later on. It's now deleted because it wasn't very good. But this was only the Why I Hate Pokemon Sun and Moon was only the second YouTube video I ever made. And needless to say, it was a huge step up from the first one. I still don't think it's a good video, obviously, by my standards today, because my voice, seriously, if you watch like a video of mine from, if you watch a video of mine from 2021 and then go back and watch the Sun and Moon one, maybe it's just me, maybe I notice it because we're all particularly like attentive to our own voices, but I feel like I sound so much different. It's crazy how much different I sound back in the Why I Hate Sun and Moon video, because I haven't done a lot of stuff like this very much before at the time, and so, like I say, very unconfident, still not really got a grapple on like how to use my voice and how to breathe and all this, but I'm reasonably positive on it overall, because I do still think that Sun and Moon are absolutely irredeemable shit. And I think I accurately portray that in the video. And the X and Y one, I also still agree with everything I say. So even though I kind of resent the Pokemon videos, because they brought a bunch of Pokemon fans flocking to me. Crit102 has great taste. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your amazing taste. You know, obviously, they unfortunately brought the Pokemon fans flocking to me like wasps to a man covered in honey. It's fine, because most of you started out with these, and I appreciate you, and I love you very much, and we just ignore the stupid ones that make up a vast majority. Yeah. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. What else goes on unfortunate? This might surprise people. I'm going to say this when I eventually, finally, if should it ever happen, get to the 50k subscriber special, which I've been like hanging on the edge of for a long time. I'm going to talk about this one. Not actually very proud of the 25k subscriber special. You hate this song? What? 90 Noon? 90 Noon's a great song. The thing about me is, and I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this, but thank you for your great work. I watched all your vids and will continue to do so. Thank you very much, guys, alright? But no need to thank me. You know, I honestly, I do not do them for anyone specifically. I just do them for myself, but I'm glad you enjoy them. Thank you very much. By the same logic that I never say thank you for watching, and never will, because I think it's dumb, you never need to thank me for one of my videos, because I just do it. It's my job, you know? Yeah, I'm sure you know this by now, but I make an effort, at least when I'm getting reasonably serious, to talk about myself in my videos. And that's not because I'm a fucking egomaniacal narcissist, but it's because I think that's interesting. I think that's way more interesting than like, I like Pokemon because you can breathe fire with a dragon. You know, I want to hear, like, I do it because I want to hear that more from people. I want to hear people talk about their personal experiences with stuff and how they relate to pieces of art, and video games are art. So why don't we talk about, that's what I say in this video, is why don't we talk about ourselves more when we're talking about art, or at least when we're talking about video games, because video games are art. And when you're trying to judge how you feel about a piece of art, or what you think about a piece of art, you should judge it by like what it makes you feel, right? You know what I mean? And how it makes you feel. But I will say, I think this is the video where I handle that balance the worst. And I just kind of talk about myself the whole time. And I think it makes me quite unlikable. I just simply worry that in this video I just talk about myself way too much, and I do come off a bit self-interested and self-obsessed. I have to go eat some food. Have a great evening, Fudge. Okay, I like how you said have to eat some food or something. But yeah, have a great evening, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I got about myself. I don't actually really talk about Rayman Legends a lot, and by that logic, I think I kind of do the game a bit of a disservice because the game is such a fucking masterpiece, and I could have talked more about what a fucking masterpiece it is because that game, gosh darn diddly dang goes. That game goes, you know. I love hearing about people's personal experiences. Wish more people did it, right? That's just interesting. I love hearing people's stories. One of my favorite videos in all of YouTube. Have you guys ever seen the Nakey Jakey video called Dark Souls Saved Me? Where he talks about how like playing Dark Souls got him out of like serious depression. That's one of my favorite videos on the whole internet. Because that's real. And that's genuine. You know, and it's not like Dark Souls saved me because I got to beat up a skeleton with a sword. Oh, yep, that's my favorite game. It's so much more interesting. It's much more profound. I think about that video a lot. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. Nakey Jakey, Dark Souls Save Me. It's years old at this point, but it's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I talk about myself a bit much. I don't really get that. I'm pretty proud. I feel like I hit that balance pretty well in like almost everything else I've done. But in this video specifically, the Rayman 25k subscriber special, I just go on about myself a bit much, and I worry that I kind of make myself a bit too unlikable and self-obsessed, and I'm just not very proud of it. Not a lot to talk about the actual game, and the game is so good, and I should have talked about the game more, in my opinion. Here's another one. One of my least viewed videos ever, and one that I suspect a lot of people don't even really know exists. This is January 2020, right? The Witcher 3. Yeah, this again, to be honest, was another like, hey, maybe I am video essay critical analyst man. Maybe I should do this. So I made a video on The Witcher 3, which I think is okay. It's like 31 minutes long because I played and finished The Witcher 3 for the first time in like December of 2019, like late 2019, and I felt like I had a lot to say. But it's another one of those ones where it's like I'm a bit confused about what I'm actually doing on YouTube. You know, I don't actually know what kind of direction I'm going. I do think it's pretty funny. Some of the jokes in the Witcher 3 video are quite amusing. I think even watching them back. But again, my delivery and vocal performance and whatnot, if you will, is still not really there. And you know what? This was one of the first videos where I started to realise, oh god, am I being pigeonholed into only Pokemon? Because I did a video about a big game that's over half an hour long, a game that a lot of people played. This is going to generate a lot of interest. People are going to care about this. And no one fucking watched it. And it's fine. I don't begrudge anyone. That's just how YouTube is sometimes. But this is when I started to realise, oh, I think they think I'm a Pokemon YouTuber. You know? And I was like, oh no. Or like, I think they think I'm a Nintendo YouTuber or something. Do you design your own thumbnails or do you outsource? I mentioned this on a stream not long ago actually. I have a guy who has done every single thumbnail ever for any of my videos since the day the channel started, including videos that are now long deleted that you've never seen. He's absolutely amazing. He refuses payment. I've literally like tried to force paying him. I've been like, let me pay you, let me give you money for this, and he just doesn't accept it. He just does this like kind of as a friend, you know, as a thing for me. He always has. He's amazing. He doesn't even want to be known. Like I've said to him, like anytime, like, you know, I can put it out there and let people know who you are, and I'm sure you'll get like a lot of work. I'm sure you'll get a lot of people coming to you. You know, this could be a job. This could be a business. This could be so many things. It's like, nah, you know, I'll just do your thing for you. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to have him. He's really amazing. So, yeah, he's a graphic designer guy, as I'm sure you can tell, and he actually works for Pink News, which is a UK media organisation, very big advocates and supporters of like LGBTQ+ movements and whatnot. So it's not just that like this is the only graphic design he does. Like he goes to his job, he does graphic design basically 9 to 5, and then comes back and does my shit for me. And not easy stuff either, pretty intensive stuff. It's just fucking crazy. It's unbelievable. He's so amazing. Wish your thumbnail guy a nice day for me. I will do. Thank you, Octavio. Yeah. Witcher 3 video was the first one where I kind of had alarm bells ringing, like, oh god, am I a Nintendo YouTuber? Oh no. Can I talk about anything else, or am I doomed? You know, am I in trouble? But there is a video later on that would reinforce that for me way worse. Okay. What's next? Oh, you know what? What makes a good Super Mario Maker level? Again, rename your channel to Nintendo, Brad? Oh, kill me. Put a fucking bullet through my skull. Holy shit, no way. Change your YouTube name to The Peeved Gamer and get mad about video games. Cut back to a clip of you holding an NES controller and getting really mad at the retro games. Have like an intro with like retro sounding video game music where I've got a fucking flat cap on and I'm walking through my lounge like this. Just The Peeved Gamer splash screen. Today we're here to play Ninja Gaiden. More like Ninja Gaiden. As in gay. Because it makes me angry. Like the gays. I'm a gamer. Play the theme song. God. Retro video game YouTubers sure were fucking something, weren't they? How far we've come. There's a... You know, I was going to say something about the Nostalgia Critic, but I think I won't. I think I'll just leave it at that, and you can know that I was about to say something about the Nostalgia Critic, and I'm sure you have an idea of where it was going. Anyway, yeah, this is another of my maybe I'm a video essayist, game design analyst, man. Xanendorf has great taste. Thank you very much for the follow. Enjoy your little toucan gif. If you guys noticed, by the way, on my follow notification, the very last little clip, it says anime sucks in the background of the toucan. Truly a notification made for me. Collaboration skit with another Pokemon YouTuber. What do you mean another Pokemon YouTuber, Moodle? Another Pokemon YouTuber implies the existence of a pre-existing Pokemon YouTuber, and I don't fucking see one. Do you? No. Careful, Moodle. Careful, you don't want to get timed out for 10 minutes. I'm a bit of a fucking loose cannon, I will do that. Thank you, Xanador, thank you very much. Matroid99 has great taste. Congratulations, your amazing taste. Thank you very much, Matroid. See the little anime sucks at the end. Yeah, this is from my I think I might be a game design man era. I will say about good Super Mario, what makes a good Super Mario Maker level. It opens with one of my favorite jokes ever. And if you go to this video, if you go to this what makes a good Super Mario Maker level video, you'll find possibly my favorite YouTube comment I've ever received. This dude, bless his heart, writes out one of the most like passionate 3-page essays about how fucking good I am that you'll ever see. It's unreal. When I got this comment, I was floored. It's literally this guy talking based on this video about how underrated I am and how funny I am and how smart I am. And obviously, I'm like, yes, you're totally right. You're 100% right. I said that as if I had anything more to add, but I don't. I just agree with him. But it's also like one of the only comments on that video is just this guy telling me how good I am. And I kind of joke about it because it's funny, like looking at like how small I was and how big that comment was. But genuinely, to the person who did that, I shouldn't assume their gender. To the person who did that, I am actually genuinely really appreciative. Like that really, at the stage I was at, that actually meant so much to me. And I laugh because I was so floored by it. You know, I didn't know how else to react. I was like, holy shit. Someone really thinks I'm that good, you know, who isn't me. That's crazy. You know, goes without saying, like comments like that really, really do get you through some of the darkest days when people call you a Pokemon YouTuber and at you on Twitter telling you that you're one of the worst Pokemon YouTubers they've ever seen. Those who know will know. You see it? Yeah, you found it? It's amazing, right? This person like analyzes my jokes and tells me why I'm so funny. And he's totally right. That's the best thing about it. He totally gets it. Sorry, I'm assuming gender, my bad. But this person, again, is like, this is why this joke is funny. And I'm just, 2 years ago, having just published this channel, this video, I'm reading this comment like, yeah, that is why it's funny. Someone gets it, like, it got me so excited. I was like, someone gets my jokes. Oh my God. Because I was fresh off of making a bunch of videos where people didn't know I was joking, Awesome comment. Love it. Genuinely, I think about that a lot. Comments like that are the kind of thing that would get you through hard times. So shout out to that person. Genuinely, I laugh only because I don't really know how to react to what a gesture of niceness that was, but it was so awesome, so thank you. Okay. What else goes in unfortunate? What else goes in unfortunate? Okay. Here's the thing. The Minecraft video, if no one's seen the Minecraft video, I think the Minecraft video is cool because I do think I have a point to make, and I do genuinely think in that video, in only 10 minutes, I make a very compelling case for Minecraft not being a game, as it were. And it was all heavily based on stuff I just recently learned at university, which I covered in the Sword and Shield video before I recorded. Sorry, I made the Sword and Shield video about a week after I left my master's degree. But in the Minecraft video, what's happened to the music? Is that just me? Hang on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, bit of story time. Yeah, before I hit record, I forgot to mention, but I made the Pokemon Sword and Shield video in the course of about a week. In fact, in the course of about 5 days, because I actually finished the game. I finished Pokemon Sword and Shield in 2 days, and then I pushed that video out in 5 days, trying to capitalize on like Sword and Shield's release, like get some publicity, get people watching, and it didn't really work. And I ended up making kind of a rushed, bad video where I didn't let my opinions kind of simmer for long enough, and kind of made a reactionary take where I said I think the game's actually pretty good when it wasn't. It was bad. But a couple months after that, about a month I think actually, I figured, okay, let's try and turn a negative into a positive and like put some of the stuff I learned at university into a video. This could be cool. And at university, my lecturer basically did a like 6-hour lecture on like, what is a game? What is the nature of games? Like, what makes something a game? And honestly, I wish I'd retained that whole lecture and all the information in that lecture, because it was really cool and it was really interesting. And throughout this lecture, my lecturer basically made a case for Minecraft not being a game. The conclusion I came to, for the record, I never give my definitive answer on what I think in that video. I make a case for how, by the logic of what we consider games, you could consider Minecraft to not be a game. What I actually believe is that Minecraft in alpha, before like the Ender Dragon was added, before an ending was added, before so many kind of gamey things that you see in other video games were added, you could argue that it wasn't a video game, because there was no objective, there was no point, there wasn't even any real core gameplay loop. It was, your loop was whatever you decided. I'm probably not doing a good job of recounting a lot of the stuff I say in that video. The Minecraft video should at least be middle of the road. I'm actually kinda thinking that myself, maybe. My reason for putting it down unfortunate, I have a funny story about this video. This Minecraft and gamification video, or is Minecraft a game, is basically the reason I don't use Reddit anymore. Because back in the day, I was trying to use Reddit as my main kind of promotion tool. Look at me, YouTube man. I posted the Minecraft is Minecraft a game video to, I think it was either r/games or r/gaming. And I got bullied the fuck out of there. They did not like this video over on r/gaming or whatever it was. They thought I was a fucking idiot. A bunch of people who clearly didn't watch the video was like, yeah, of course Minecraft's a game, you fucking idiot. It was like downvoted into fucking oblivion, if you know anything about Reddit, I was flooded with notifications telling me all sorts of unsavory things. I'll go to Reddit and single-handedly beat the shit out of all of them. You can't beat a Redditor in a fight, dude. They're not real. They're not real physical places. The main thing I remember, I got one comment that I'll never forget of someone telling me to fuck off and go back to reading Kojima tweets. I didn't have the resistance in me to tell him that I've literally never played a Hideo Kojima game in my life, which I actually haven't. I haven't played Metal Gear. I haven't played Death Stranding. I didn't play PT when that was out. So yeah, you know what? I'd given up at that point. I was like, yeah, you know what? I will go back and read Kojima tweets, tears in my eyes, tail between my legs. So after this video, I never used Reddit again. I decided to just never use Reddit again. It just wouldn't be a good idea. And so I kind of have a bit of a negative connotation of this video. There is also a bit where I scream at the end of this video as a joke. A joke that I thought was pretty funny. But to be fair, it is a bit... Well, Bottle 69 has great taste. Thank you very much. At the end of this video, I kind of have like an existential breakdown. And I end up screaming into the void over an explosion sound effect. And it is a bit... To be honest, it is a bit Nostalgia Critic 2013 YouTube, isn't it, really? Bit cringe. So I think it is the definition of unfortunate. Because I think I do like to think I have a pretty cool point to make in this video. And I think I have some pretty cool stuff to contribute, and I think it's still quite interesting today. But again, you know, 2019, my voice recording isn't really all there. My editing actually took quite a step up with this video, I think, but it's still not really all there. I scream at the end, and a bunch of Redditors bullied me over it. So it stays an unfortunate. There you go. Give me just a second. I received a text. I'm just going to go check what that is, because there's some stuff going on today. Give me just a minute. Okay, that was not a text. My phone just gave me a notification saying that there's moisture in the charging dock. So if you see a fire break out in the background, if an explosion occurs and I die on stream, then you know why. Presuming that Redditors aren't watching this and haven't found me. I think there's one or two more that go into unfortunate. We'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. The Pokemon Sword and Shield theories is also one of my earliest videos. And this is the definition of, damn, I sure did waste a lot of my best jokes on an early video. Because I'm, like, the process of writing the Pokemon Sword and Shield theories video took a long time. It's hard to say, like, I think a video is really funny. Because it sounds kind of, like, self-congratulatory and I can pat myself in the back in not even an ironic way. Well, I can't really beat around the bush. I do think this video is really funny, and I think there's a lot of really good jokes in it. But again, I also wasted a lot of my best jokes on a video where my editing is practically non-existent. I don't know what I'm doing. My voice performance, I don't know what I'm doing. There's a joke about Croydon in this video that for anyone from the UK probably popped off over it. Yeah, this is one of my funniest early videos. But it doesn't hold up well. Not because Sword and Shield are out, but because, you know, it's not very well edited and whatnot. It's a shame, because there's also a joke about the Jonas Brothers being Magneton in this video. So, you know, there you have it. And what else goes in unfortunate? I spot one more. I think there's two more. Okay. RPGs one, kind of the same story again. Oh, I think I can be video game design analysis man. I think I can be video essay man. I'm confused. I know what I'm doing. It's an alright video. I have some points to make, but I could have gone deeper on the topic. I'm basically making the argument that, like, we call any game that has numbers and stats in it an RPG. When it's not. I mean, some people call fucking Zelda an RPG. Let me just settle this debate for you right now. Zelda's not an RPG. Okay? If you think Zelda is an RPG, you're a fake gamer. And while you're out of my chat, yeah, we call a lot of games RPGs that just aren't RPGs. At the risk of sounding really elitist and like a real dick, I don't really know why most JRPGs are called RPGs. And that isn't, listen, I don't, you guys know my thoughts on JRPGs. I generally don't like JRPGs, but I don't say that I don't think JRPGs are RPGs out of like any dislike or distaste for them. I just think in a large majority of JRPGs, Zelda Breath of the Wild is an action RPG. Wrong! It has some numbers and stats in it, but it's not RPG. Zelda Breath of the Wild is an open world game. I'm not going to argue with chat, sorry. Yeah, what's the saying? Yeah, a lot of JRPGs aren't really RPGs because you don't actually get any decisions in how the story plays out, how the characters' relationships happen, or a lot of things. You know, the decisions you get to make in most JRPGs are about your numbers and stats and levels. And that's it. And that's fine. That's a perfectly, like, valid way to make a game and for a game to be. But in what way are you really influencing the role that you play in most JRPGs? I don't really think Pokemon is an RPG. The most RPG-ish thing about Pokemon is the team you choose, right? Like, you get to go back through and choose a different team every time. But the game's always going to begin the same way, save for the start you pick. It's always going to end the same way. Your relationship with all the characters is going to be the complete same thing. The furthest most JRPGs go to be actual RPGs is like support conversations in Fire Emblem, or whatever the equivalent is in like Xenoblade and Persona. Your relationships there, that's kind of RPG-ish. That's closer, but it's still not quite there. You know, when you compare it to more Western RPGs like Divinity and Fallout New Vegas, and, well, Fallout in general, even though 3 and 4 aren't really good RPGs. Is Minecraft an RPG? Great question, Binbag. Great question. Might have to do a video on that. The Elder Scrolls games. The thing is, I could go on about this all day. The Elder Scrolls games are RPGs, but they're bad. They're really bad RPGs. They're really shit RPGs, right? I'm going to change my name to Binbag Fan. Every comment he has hits. Did I accidentally ban my best chat member for 10 minutes? I'm so sorry, Binbag. Yeah, I could go on about this forever, but most JRPGs I just don't picture as RPGs. I've gone totally off on like what this video is about. This video kind of says this, though. It kind of says this, right? Like, there's a lot of qualifying factors. If I can watch the video, I can't repeat all of it. The video is okay. I have points to make, but I definitely could have gone further. I could have gone deeper on the subject. There could have been more real, like, actual good analysis. Again, not beautifully edited. My voice performance, quite a lot of wet mouth sounds in this one as well. Yeah, it's okay. And I think there's one more video that goes in Unfortunate. Where was it? Here you go. I don't know. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to have to come back to that. Okay. Let's move into the middle of the road. What goes in the middle of the road? I don't think there's a lot that I feel is like really average. I either like kind of really dislike a video I made, or I kind of really like it. Okay, this might surprise some people. It's this one. And maybe I'm biased against it. This is obviously the Pokemon video I've made that I hate the least. I think I'm the least cringe in this video, for one thing, which is not an easy thing to achieve when you're a grown man talking about Pokemon on the internet. I kind of still agree with everything I say. I think this video is actually aging really well. Because a lot of the things I've said about Pokemon continue to be true. But it's also just not me, you know? It's not who I am. It's not the kind of thing I actually really wanted to be making. It's not very funny at all. Usually I kind of have like a joke per video quota that I try and follow. And I think every joke in this video just doesn't really hit, because I don't really commit to it. I don't really deliver it very well. The editing is still not great. It's like early 2020. It's okay. It's a fine video. It's my second most watched ever. People like it. I think it's fine. I think it's reasonable. Something I realized about myself recently, and I'll get to this when I talk about a later video, is in 2020, something I was doing a lot, and something that I've only realized to stop doing recently. I'm a very rigorous audio cutter. I cut my audio like very close, and just kind of I tend to like kind of slam it all together and not leave any breaks. And that's something I've been more consciously doing recently, because I realized that actually it sounds like I'm like going way too fast and not letting anything I say have any real impact. I'm making a point and then just speeding on to the next one too fast, and it's almost like too much to take in and like too much to retain. And that is something I noticed. I watched this video back like a week ago or something, and I noticed that like I kind of just speed through everything and don't give everything kind of the, I don't know, just leaving a few frames after every audio clip would do a lot for stuff like this. This is something that kind of is only really going to matter to me because I'm the video editor. I think a lot of people won't notice it. Yeah, I've never noticed that, says Bongo Congo. Yeah, I think most people probably won't have noticed it, and they won't think of it as a problem. You know, but when you're the one making it, you're very critical of these kind of things. So in more recent videos, I've made like a real conscious effort to actually just like leave gaps of a few frames after a few little audio clips, so I can let these lines kind of linger and let them kind of hang in the person watching its mind for a bit longer without making for like a big awkward gap, you know. I think it's a fine video. I think all the points I make still stand. Like I said, it's just not really representative of the thing I actually wanted to do, and it's a case of me still being kind of confused and still figuring myself out. And it is my second most watched video. It's probably the biggest reason, probably the biggest contributing factor in my complete inability to get away from Pokemon as a series on this platform. So I have a little bit of resentment for it, and maybe I'm a little bit biased against it. I'll totally admit to that. Okay. Okay. This video I don't know if I think the future of Sonic, or what it's called, Where is Sonic Going? I don't know if I think the Fudge's thesis on Sonic is really funny or really cringe. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's the lamest, stupid idiot YouTube gamer picking at the low-hanging fruit, making an obvious meme video I've ever made. But it's funny in a look what a fucking idiot this guy is kind of way. I remember the first like 2 minutes or so when I'm classic. I really appreciate. I'm really glad that you guys love this one. I do love it, and I don't at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, this video is one of my most chaotic things where, because the first like 5 minutes of it are just this fake fucking made up story about how me and my friends meet up at the pub every 10 years or whatever it is to discuss what's going to happen in video games in the next 10 years. And there's a bit where I suggest that my friend, who I think is represented by an Animal Crossing villager, says that in the next 10 years Hideo Kojima is going to make a game with Daryl from The Walking Dead that's about Amazon. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was really proud of it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then obviously I go on to say that Sonic will transform into a dinosaur in the next 10 years. And I'm like dead serious about it. I think it is just straight up the dumbest video I've ever made. I've gone like full stupid idiot before. But this Sonic video is like the worst I've ever gotten. It's 10 minutes long as well. This is something I've learned. When you're trying to make like a comedy video, or when you're trying to make a video that's funny, it's hard to do that at the same time and for it to go long. You know, if you're making a video that's like primarily jokes, it needs to be kind of snappy, like 5 minutes or so. But I'm really suck at that. I really suck at making short videos because I've got a real motor mouth and I just have, you know, so much I want to say. I've got so many jokes to make. And I tend, you know, I'm a very rambly person. I'm sure you guys know. When I talk, I kind of go around the houses and whatnot. So this video is 10 minutes long, and it's basically 10 minutes of me being a fucking moron. An actual unchained idiot. So I'm very conflicted on it, because I watch it back sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying so hard in this video. I'm trying so hard to be funny, and it's a bit cringe. But it's almost to the extent where I think it loops around again, and is actually funny. And it has provided me with an excellent running joke, where every single time an announcement about Sonic is teased, I get to freak out about the potential of him being a dinosaur. I think it's going to be a real content cow for me years down the line, you know? So this could go like up or down. This video is chaos. This video is pure chaos. And I think, to be honest, even though I'm a 23-year-old man, I want to do something equally stupid again one day. I don't know what it will be, but I want to go like full fucking chaos. I have seen the Rangers leaks. Yes, they don't exactly fill me with hope. But then, since when has Sonic filled us with hope, right? Yeah, I've seen the leaks. The game is almost definitely going to be called Sonic Rangers, and apparently it's very possible that it's going to be a Breath of the Wild style open world Sonic game, right? There's like reasonable evidence to believe that, and that concerns me, because one of the biggest problems with Sonic games is that the level designers are clearly too taxed by making levels that are long enough to be fun, that Sonic can like run through and zoom past everything, because they have to make levels that are too big that end up actually still being really short. So how the fuck are they going to make an open world where you're Sonic, right? Where you're like the fastest thing alive going around an open world? How is that going to work? I just don't have any... I don't have any faith in that concept at all. There's a lot of franchises that would benefit from going the Breath of the Wild route. Sonic is not one of them. Yeah, I don't trust it. Okay, what's next? Okay, yeah, here's this one. This is yet again the early Fudj is a video game essayist analyst man era, but this is a bit like the Minecraft one, where I do actually think I have a really interesting point to make. This is the one where I talk about Oulipo, the French literary artists who sought to make their art as interesting as possible by intentionally putting limitations and restrictions on their art and seeing what they could produce as a result, and applying that to 2D and 3D platformers, and how 2D platformers, in my opinion, often... This is one of your favourites? Damn, I'm very glad to hear that, Wetball. I think the points I make is still... Yeah. Again, I don't want you guys to think just because I don't like a video, I obviously don't want to hamper my own viewers' enjoyment of my own videos. I am very critical, and I'm also very particular and very specific, but it actually makes me very happy to hear that you guys enjoy the videos that I don't consider my best, because that means that, like, hey, well, you know, that's just nice. It's obviously a nice thing to hear. So, yeah, it's like mid 2019, so it's early into my YouTube career, so it's not very well edited. My editing is not very good, but again, I do think I have a really interesting point to make here. It's very academic, actually. It's very analytical. Fun fact: since the next video is the Snake Pass review, I'm actually going to be talking about Oulipo again, because Snake Pass is a beautiful example of what I talk about in this video. Kind of and kind of not. You'll see. You'll see what I mean. Actually, I want to talk to you guys a bit about the review in a bit, once I've finished with this tier list. I want to hear you guys' opinion on something, so stick around because I need opinions. Yeah, it's fine. It's one of my oldest videos that I don't hate going back and watching, which is a good thing, because you might notice almost everything I did in 2019 is already put up there. In fact, I think I only have one left. So yeah. What else goes in the middle of the road? Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. This is my least viewed video. I won't blame you guys at all if you haven't seen this one, or if you have no idea what this is. This is, I did 5 bold predictions for E3 2019. And obviously it's dumb bullshit. It's chaotic. I think this is a really funny video. I'm really proud of this video. Actually, I do like it quite a lot. I don't know. Maybe it goes higher. I can't even remember what I predict, but I predict a lot of dumb shit in this video. I haven't watched it back in a while. What do I even predict in this video? I know I talk about a Sims crossover with The Simpsons called The Simpsons, which is really fucking stupid. I don't know. I can't really remember any. Oh, J.K. Rowling announces that everyone is gay. That's right. In line with the rumored Harry Potter open world game, I predicted that J.K. Rowling, as she is known to retcon diversity into her own work, and retroactively be like, oh yeah, Snape is LGBTQ, even though she's never actually written that in. It's just very insulting and demeaning to LGBTQ plus people. She does it anyway because I think she thinks that makes her like woke or something. So I predict in this video that J.K. Rowling is going to come out at E3 in line with the Harry Potter open world game that was rumoured at the time, and reveal that everyone in the live audience is gay. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that joke. You should have predicted David Cameron for Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing's for everyone, man. Can't have pigs getting fucked in Animal Crossing, being 18 plus. I didn't get to come up to my parents myself before J.K. Rowling told my parents. Maybe this video should go higher. I don't know. I am proud of it. I do think it's funny. You know what? I'm sad that I didn't think to do it again this year. I should have done 5 bold predictions for E3 2021. But if E3 is back next year, which I assume it will be, then I'll definitely do one then. Okay. What else goes here? Okay. This might surprise you guys. It's the Animal Crossing one. It's the actual like big Animal Crossing New Horizons analysis video when I was doing analyses. Hang on a minute. Do you guys want to see something? Give me a second. I've got a meowy man outside. I'll bring him in. This little guy is being very needy, meowing outside and whatnot. So I'll bring him in and he can be a consultant. Isn't that right, Ted? You got anything to say? What do you think? What did you think of the Animal Crossing video, Ted? This is the first video where I kind of shit on Nintendo. What do you make of it? He is so happy to like accept me holding him anyway. To just sit there and chill. All right, buddy. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, this video I think is pretty funny. There's a pretty neat bit where I play Hurt by Johnny Cash on guitar, and I was really worried I was going to get demonetized for it in this video. Maybe this video is better. I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't think I have any real issues with it. I think the reason it goes in middle of the road again is just because it's kind of there's two things. One is that I don't think it's aged well, because I do think quite lesser of New Horizons than I did when it came out. You know, my opinion of it has dropped, because a lot of the reason I was so optimistic about it was because I was really confident that it'd get a lot of DLC support and that it would improve with DLC. And I think we can all agree that it fucking hasn't, right? We can all agree that Animal Crossing New Horizons has just not gotten the DLC that it should. Like it is... Oh, bumped my desk. It is basically what it was at launch. Do you guys want me to go full cam and I'll show you Ted in a bit more... Oh! He's clambering up. He likes to sit on my shoulder like a parrot. Oh, okay. He's leaving. That's unfortunate. I'm very privileged with him. He would just go to sleep anywhere. Yeah, I'd bump the Animal Crossing video up. I think it stays here because... Oh, why is the window gone down like that? There you go. Yeah, I think it stays there because it hasn't aged well. Because Animal Crossing New Horizons, I was quite optimistic about it, and it has not improved really. And also, again, just wasn't me. You know, it was me doing a thing that I didn't actually really believe in, and that I kind of thought I wanted to do, but I don't know. It's fine though. It's not a bad video. I do quite like it. It's pretty funny. I'm pretty proud of a lot of the jokes in it. You know what? Fun fact. There's a bit where I talk about... there's a bit in this video where I talk about all the villages that I want in like an army style. I play like army music and I pretend I'm like, you know, Private Antonio is missing and all this stuff and so on and so forth. And I got quite a few people actually DMing me on Twitter to be like, I have Julia, I have Antonio and stuff. You know, like trying to like auction their villages off to me. We'll get to Antonio Animal Crossing later. Quite a bit later. Yeah, Ted. I think Ted will stay the rest of the list. To be honest, he seems quite content. Okay, what's next? What else goes in the middle? Okay, getting down, buddy. He wants to get on my desk, but there's no space. There's no space for it. Are you actually leaving now? Or are you gonna cock tease me again? You staying or going? Okay. He actually wants to go. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I thought he was going to stay as well. He was meowing outside my door, being very needy. But I guess he didn't want to stay. He got down eventually. But that was nice to have him pay us a visit during the stream. Oh yeah, I'm glad people have recognised the Spyro jams in chat. Shout outs to the Spyro players. This song, this is what is this again? This is Midday Gardens. Genuinely, this song is like, I've never actually used. Pardon me. I've never actually used it in such a way. But if I had like a Fudj theme song, I would use this song. I think this song like so perfectly encapsulate Fudj and what Fudj is. Just yeah. Okay, what else goes in here? I can see a lot of talk about a certain video. Don't worry. Okay, I think this one goes in here. This is gaming's biggest problem. This is one of the Fudge's theses one. This is the one where I suggest that the biggest problem facing gaming today is game titles and how shit they are. And this does, in my mind, have one of the all-time best Fudj moments. I feel like I need to turn this music down a bit. Maybe it's fine. It's just a bit loud for me. Hang on. One of the all-time best Fudj moments where I predict that the 5th Xbox is going to be the Xbox 2. Because the original Xbox was just called the Xbox, and then it was the 360, and then it was the Xbox One, right? And by that logic, after the Xbox One, and this is just after the Xbox Series X is revealed, you add another 360 to it to make it the Xbox 360 One, much like the original Xbox added 360 to that to become the Xbox 360, and then you subtract 359 from the Xbox 361 to make the 5th Xbox 2. Because 360 subtracted 359 to make it Xbox One. I was very proud of that. It's one of my favourite jokes. What's up, Arthur? How's it going? You missed my cat, I'm afraid. Sorry, Ted came in to appraise the tier list himself for a bit. But the rest of this video isn't amazing. It's kind of funny, but it's not like side-splittingly hilarious. You know? The editing is okay. The editing is serviceable. It's just an okay kind of run-of-the-mill. This is another one of those videos where people took me really seriously. And they were like, yeah, maybe the biggest problem in the game is the rampant sexism. And I was like, yeah, this isn't obvious. This obviously isn't what I fucking think, is it? Why have I expected people on the internet to be able to understand sarcasm or jokes or satire at all? You know, a lot of people taking this video seriously. Where I suggest, oh man, I'd have to find you some of the comments, but a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't think this is gaming's biggest problem. And I didn't know how to tell them that I didn't either. And that it was a joke. One of the lesser Fudge's thesis is theses, dare I say. Oh, here you go. Loot boxes. Give me a second. Did I just get another notification telling me about my moist charging port? Give me a minute. I did. I literally did. Check it out, Arthur. You got a fan in chat. So, fun fact: the first YouTube video I ever made was how to solve the loot box problem, and it had a lot of the jokes that this one has in it. But obviously, it was my first video. It wasn't very good, wasn't very well made, and didn't end up being as funny as it should have been because my editing and voice performance were not there. So I think in February of this is February 2020, or near enough. I decided to remake it and do it again, and it was pretty good. I think it was pretty funny. I think it's a pretty funny video. There's a bit where I suggest that we pants Andrew Wilson, and it ends with me suggesting that we move to the sun to get away from loot boxes, and that potatoes will become our new currency. It goes really off the rails. Pretty funny video, and I quite like it. But it's nothing amazing, and I, through a series of small realizations, came to the conclusion shortly after that, or I say shortly after, not really shortly after, but I would eventually come to the conclusion that like videos that are just comedy or like just humor on YouTube, they're not happening right now. It's just not doing it. Even though I really like making them, no one on YouTube in 2020 or 2021 wants to watch that shit, which is sad, but that's part of the reason I stopped Fudge's thesis. It's part of the reason I came up with the D-View, is like, hey, people like to laugh, but people don't click on videos just to laugh anymore. It's like YouTube is different. It sounds dumb to say, but genuinely, like, YouTube has changed. It used to be that, like, it's an anime emote. Yeah, you asked for a song, Finn, but you've also put an anime emote at the end. So I'm afraid those two things cancel each other out. Maybe there's something else you could do to coax me to play this specific song. I don't know what it is. But, you know, use a bit of ingenuity. Yeah, I could ramble on forever about YouTube and how it's changed, but people just don't watch videos just to laugh anymore. It's just not like that. You know, there has to be something else. And that's kind of what I realized with this video, is I thought this is a really funny video. I was quite proud of it. And it didn't do very well, and that's fine, because I wasn't doing very well around this time. But like, even retroactively, since getting bigger, not many people have gone back to go watch it, you know? And that's just because it doesn't have like a widespread appeal, because I think you can tell that it's going to be fucking stupid. And that is kind of why I came up with the D-View. It's like, I need to blend humor and like laughs with something that people actually want to watch, which mostly in 2020 and 2021 is game analysis and reviews and criticism and whatnot. You know, people love that shit. Video essays and stuff about video games are like the YouTube meta right now. They're so huge. Yeah, they're so huge that that's what people want to see. So that's kind of how the DV came about, is trying to merge those two things. Make the thing that I want to make, but also that people actually want to watch. Because How to Solve the Loot Box Problem was a video that I wanted to make, but not something that people wanted to watch. Fair enough. It's a shame, but fair enough. Joke's on you, I'll watch any shit. Cat emotes, that'll make up for it. I've got my own cat, bro. Okay. I think there's one more video that goes in middle of the road. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I think it's the greatest crossover in video game history. Another Fudge's thesis. This is the one where I make the case for Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg being the greatest crossover in video game history. This is the one where I confuse Bantam, the optional playable character in Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, for Batman, and claim that Batman is in the game, which is part of the reason that it's the greatest crossover in video game history. This is also the one where I claim that Pokemon are in the game, because there's two guys who come out of the eggs that look like Charizard and Tauros. Hang on, the music has stopped. You're watching Chicken Run, Sharnaki? Fair enough. I'll let you off for Chicken Run. Whoops, I've accidentally gone to... There you go. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this video. I think it's just kind of middle of the road. I think it's pretty funny. But there's something missing. There's something missing from the greatest crossover of all time. And I don't know what it is, because I do think it's a funny video, and I'm quite happy with it. I might actually have to... It's been a while since I've watched this one back. I might have to go watch this one back sometime. I don't know. But I think it's pretty good. It sets up like a... It kind of opens with me suggesting that the greatest crossover of all time is something else. And yeah, you know, I don't really remember much about it. So I guess it can't be amazing. So I think it's middle of the road. And I think we've cleared that tier. I think we're done here. I think we're done with the third tier. So I'm curious to all of the Fudj super fans in chat. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. Do you guys like mostly agree with it so far? Is there anything you'd put up and down? Oh, the Animal Crossing video is very good. I put the one up a tier. Really? I thought about it. I think the biggest, to be honest, it's like most of it is my bias, because I don't really like the big video game essay analysis ones that much. And also it hasn't really aged well, because Animal Crossing New Horizons hasn't really improved much at all since I made this video. And part of the reason I was so optimistic about it was that I was like, this game will improve with free DLC. And they didn't do it. I remember like in the unfixed events vid, why are you putting it in the bin? I don't think it's very well edited, and it's very early in my career, so my voice performance isn't very good. I think I make a point in that video, but I just really don't like the way it looks and sounds, you know? It's not a very nicely presented video at all. Most of you guys think Minecraft in the middle. Fair enough. I think the Dino Sonic one is a Fudj classic, but that's just me. I think that's very divisive, right? Like, I think that is like a... You either think it's great or you think it's the cringiest thing we've ever seen. And because I can't decide, I've put it in the middle. Because I think the Sonic video is simultaneously the cringiest video I've ever made, and maybe the funniest just because of how fucking stupid it is, you know? But also not a lot of people got it. This was another one, the Sonic one, where a lot of people took it seriously and were like, yeah, no, I think Sonic's just gonna like remake Sonic Mania in the next few years. And I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking joke. You know. Yeah. I thought you were gonna dunk with the Smash Bros videos? Nah. I like the Smash videos. We'll talk about them in a minute. Dino Sonic and classics. You guys really think Dino Sonic is a classic? I'm very pleasantly surprised. I thought I was gonna get some shit for that one. I thought I was like, yeah, this Sonic video was too much. Like, you went too far. You're emboldening me. You're showing me that there's no such thing as going too far. Okay, fuck it. We'll move Dino Sonic up into homely Fudj classics. It probably is a homely Fudj classic, isn't it? Only in all of its chaos. Also, sorry, I missed your message, Charnaki, but that's really cool that you sent your friend my video on New Horizons and she'd enjoyed it. That's really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Big kiss. Okay. In homely Fudj classics, this is the video, the Crash 4 video, is the one where I realised that I was a Nintendo YouTuber. I mean, that's kind of, obviously I don't want to be. This was the video where I realised, oh my god, they think I'm a fucking Pokemon man, don't they? More so than anyone. More so than the other one I mentioned earlier. Because I remember this one. I took a month's break before this video. And I kind of, perhaps incorrectly, thought I'd come back to a bit of fanfare. You know, taking a month's break. I've been gone for a while. People are going to miss me. I'm going to come back, make a video, the exact kind of video they want to see. And everyone's going to pop off over it. And it was the worst performing video I had made in a long time. Nobody watched this fucking thing. And that was when I realised, oh my god, everyone who watches me is here for Pokemon, aren't they? Oh god, oh no, I'm pigeonholed for life. I can't make other stuff. Oh no. If it's not Nintendo, they're not going to watch. I started having a bit of a crisis because I think it got like... when when the Crash one dropped, I misread the thumbnail and I thought it was like 30 minutes of you talking about his ears. A tale of two ears? His ears are very prominent in the thumbnail, aren't they? Yeah, and for the record, when I talk about stuff like this, I'm not holding it against anyone. I'm totally not. I'm just very much kind of talking from my own perspective. But, you know, people watch what they want to watch. I'm not trying to guilt anyone for not watching all of my stuff. Like, Jesus, I probably would watch all of my stuff. You know? Don't feel bad. Don't feel obligated to go back and watch all my stuff. I don't want you to feel bad at all. But I have a very vivid memory of this one coming out. It getting like 3,000 views in its first day when I had over 30,000 subscribers. And being a bit depressed. Being a bit depressed about it. I was okay. I recovered. I thought there was some kind of glitch with YouTube. I was like, no, why is no one watching this? And I found out there was no glitch and just no one watched it. And I was like, damn, that was a shame because I worked hard on it. But I watched this video back the other day because I actually got an at on Discord from a friend telling me that the fuck off that I utter in this video is the best fuck off they've ever heard. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get it up. There's a bit... I'm talking about like Skylanders and stuff. Give me a second. I'm going to go full webcam so as not to expose too much of my YouTube subscription feed and, you know, potentially leak any important details. But there's a bit where I'm ranting about Skylanders and stuff in this video. And I got an at from my friend in Discord who said it was the best fuck off they've ever heard. And I watched it back and I was like, oh my god, that is actually the best fuck off I've ever done. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's about a minute and a half in. Hope you guys will join me as I'm actually going to play a bit of my own video in a stream. I've truly become the thing I hate.
Worse than death. Cry all you want about F-Zero's radio silence or the lack of new Pikmin games, and then look at this picture of Spyro in the 2010s. Look at Spyro and apologise. There is such a thing as having your rotting corpse reanimated and puppeteered by the malevolent marionettes of the industry alongside a horde of bootleg Chinese Monsters Inc. knockoffs. This one's called Drill Sergeant. Fuck off. The old adage decrees that you have to be...
I'm just whining about Spyro Skylanders and how it destroyed my childhood. And this one called Drill Sergeant, they're all named after puns. And I think it drove me right over the edge. Because this fuck off...
knockoffs. This one's called Drill Sergeant. Fuck off.
I did a lot of takes. Oh, volume's very low. Sorry, I'll turn it up a bit. Hang on. Let me turn it up a bit so you guys can really hear it. I'm complaining about Spyro Skylanders and how they butchered my boy and how it ruined my childhood and how basically the PS1 franchises had it a lot worse than the Nintendo franchises in the years to come. And all the Spyro Skylanders, almost all of them are named after puns, and it makes me furious. So I say
as a fate worse than death. Cry all you want about F-Zero's radio silence or the lack of new Pikmin games, and then look at this picture of Spyro in the 2010s. Look at Spyro and apologise. There is such a thing as having your rotting corpse reanimated and puppeteered by the malevolent marionettes of the industry alongside a horde of bootleg Chinese Monsters Inc. knockoffs. This one's called Drill Sergeant. Fuck off. The old adage decrees...
I did so many takes of that fuck off just to get it just right. And yeah, my friend added me in Discord the other day just to say, hey, I'm watching this Crash 4 video back, and I want you to know that the fuck off you do about a minute and a half is the best fuck off I've ever heard in my life. And I watched it back and I was like, holy shit, I forgot how good it was. I did actually do a lot of takes just to get the fuck off. Even that wasn't as good. I don't know if I could do it as good again if I tried, you know? Fuck off. This one's called Drill Sergeant. Fuck off. I'm so fucking mad about these Skylanders. I'm so angry about Drill Sergeant. Because he's got fucking drills. What a fucking idiot. Right. Yeah, sorry, I had to deviate from that real quick, but... Because, like I said, I got an at about that. I think this video is generally pretty funny and pretty good and pretty likeable. It's not the gold standard. Oh, this one. Bopper. Love this one. It's not in the gold standard, but I like it. I like it enough, even though it is like a video essay analysis review video, the kinds of which I'm never going to do again, probably. Well, maybe. Likely never going to do again. But I do like it, and also I don't say anything flagrantly wrong in this one, which is surprisingly rare for me in these videos. I don't say anything that I hate myself for saying in retrospect in this one. So there you go. I gotta think carefully now. This is where it gets kind of hard. I'm not sure what goes... Okay, let's get a big one out of the way. This video is obviously the competitive failings of Smash Ultimate. I could go on about all day. Obviously, it's very meaningful to me. This is the video that like started it for me. March 2020. Jeez, I mean, what can I say? You know, like, I feel like every time you say that you're done with analysis videos, you make another one. Do I? I don't feel like I do. I feel like when I say I'm done, I'm kind of done. Maybe I've said it more than I realize. The thing about the competitive failings of Smash Ultimate is that I was really confident that either it would, you know, just like all my other videos, like no one watch it, or I thought I'd get totally shit on for it. I thought people would hate me for this video, even though I'm objectively correct about everything I say in this video, and still am. I thought that people weren't ready for the truth. And as it turns out, people were ready for the truth, which kind of blew me away. I don't think I'll ever forget like the weeks preceding this video for the rest of my life, because I just never experienced anything like it. I'd never had everyone talking about me kind of at the same time like that, you know, like top level Smash players, top 50 Smash players in the world were reacting to this video on stream, contacting me about it, commenting on it and stuff. I don't know how much you guys know about competitive Smash, but I watched Void, who is like consistently top 10 or top 15 in the world, react to it. I watched Esam, who's top 10, top 15 in the world, react to it. I watched Charlie the King watch it. He's not a top 50 player, but he's like borderline. He probably could be top 50. He's really good. I watched him react to it. He loved it. He became like my best friend for a week because he doesn't like Ultimate that much. He plays it, I think, because he's good at it, and it's still Smash. He was telling me how much he loved these videos, and it really shocked me. I just couldn't believe that I was getting a mostly positive reaction where I kind of shit on this game. But I was passionate about it. I'm still passionate about it, you know. I'm still angry passionate about Smash Ultimate, because what a fucking waste of potential, man. It's so good in so many ways, and then it just fucking falls apart. So this video, up until I made this video, I'd been consistently kind of forcing myself to do 2 videos a month every month, and I said, fuck it, let's go for broke. I'm just going to do 1 video this month, and I put like everything I had this month into this video. I got my friend who does the thumbnails for me to make me some cool little backgrounds that I can kind of use to spruce up the videos and make them look nicer in general, and you know, put them some kind of overlay some stuff over it throughout. You know, the purple background that I use in quite a lot of my videos nowadays is the first time I used that. I kind of went all out. I made like a proper intro for myself. You know, it's time to look into things too much. Started here. This was just the start of like a lot of shit for me. And I am still proud of it, even though I generally don't like my own kind of analytical videos. I just still believe really strongly in what I say in these videos. And I still believe in this video. Really, the biggest thing stopping it from going in the gold standard, spoiler alert, is that I think I would better it talking about the same topic a few months later. There's a couple bits where the editing isn't amazing, or to be honest, this is probably the video where I like the jokes the least. I think this is the video where I try and be funny and fail the most. Maybe some people like the buffet system joke. You guys know what I'm talking about, the buffet system joke in this video. It's a bit like the whole Sonic video, where that joke is either really funny or really fucking cringe. I'm glad that most people find the buffet system joke in this video quite funny, but I watch it back and I'm like, oh god, what was I doing? This video does also, I got the biggest thing that people criticize me for about this video is that it takes 5 minutes for me to get to the point. And I've tried telling people since to stop being a bunch of piss babies and lighten up and enjoy something instead of expecting fucking instant results and gratification, you know? Like you're on YouTube, you really got somewhere to go? Like you got somewhere better to be? Hi Hard Salami 29. Hi Fudge, I love you. Thank you Hard Salami 29. I love the name. Big fan of a lot of my Twitch chatters' names. Yeah, I got criticised for taking 5 minutes to get into it, but I think it was necessary. I needed to explain to people that I know what I'm talking about. You know, that I have a background in this game. I'm not just some fucking idiot hating on it for no reason. But that wasn't good enough for some people. Either way, I still like it. I still think it's a good video. Yeah. You guys are sweethearts, you know that? Talking about the 1 week Fudge binge was the greatest week of my life. Genuinely, that's crazy. Thank you guys. That's really, really nice of you. I'm shocked at how many people are here. I really didn't think people would be particularly interested in this video. I worried that this stream and ranking my own videos would seem a bit self-congratulatory or a bit egocentric. But, as I've kind of spoiled, I wanted some content for the second channel before I kind of announced it. And I thought this is kind of a cool, funny little idea that people might be interested in. You know. Anyway. Okay, so the competitive fairness match ultimate goes there. You know what? The most recent video? I'll put it up here. I can go pretty quick on this one. Because it just came out, like, not even a week ago today. If you guys still haven't seen it, this is the 5 most disappointing games of all time. This is part of my Fuck the Algorithm series, where I jokingly, somewhat ironically, bow to the algorithm like a little man baby. It's the shortest video I've done in a long time. And you know, with this and the other one, the 5 most, and the other 2 actually, the 5 most insert thing here games, I joke a lot about like hating that I'm doing it and like not being proud of it and it being like low effort, but that's not actually true. Especially in the other 2, I was pretty proud of them because they were based on what I thought were really funny Patreon lists, and the scripts wound up being quite funny. This one is probably the weakest of the 3, I think, because it's the shortest. It's quite a lot shorter than the other 2 because, you know, when you're talking about games that disappointed you, you don't often really have a lot to say. Because, you know, I didn't really like it, you know? Like, I genuinely don't get a lot of enjoyment out of, like, shitting on things. Despite what some people seem to think of me, and based on the fact that I critique things, people seem to think that I enjoy shitting on things endlessly, which I don't. So I just didn't have a lot to say about the 5 games, but I think it was a pretty funny video. Had a couple of nifty little jokes. You know, I think you can turn it on for a good 10 minutes and switch your brain off and enjoy it. It's a fine video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. There's a bit where I scratch my beard hair on the microphone for the last 30 seconds like this. Watch this. It's like that. I did that for quite a long time because I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay. I want to talk about this one real quick. I want to talk about the great tragedy of possibly, joke by joke, the funniest video I think I've made, which is the 5 worst Mario Party boards to live on. This was another one that when it came out, like, no one watched it, and I thought this would do quite well because I thought it was quite a funny, silly concept. But as I recall, and I'll admit to being a bit blind here, this video came out in June 2020, and I probably should have held off on releasing it for a little bit because there was a lot of, like, I was on social media. I wasn't on social media a lot because I was working on this video. But when I checked social media while making this video, the mood was very serious. I don't know how to talk about this without making myself seem like a total fucking idiot. But I will confess to being a bit ignorant here. Is this weird to say? Basically, early June 2020 is when basically all the George Floyd stuff took off, and all that stuff happened. And maybe I should have waited a week to release this video, because I kind of released this video, this very jovial, silly video that's, you know, fucking Mario Party boards, whatever, in the midst of a lot of internet, like important and frankly upsetting and justifiably upsetting internet discourse. And I think, to be fair, no one was really in the mood to watch a video like this. You know, a lot of Twitter was talking about very important socio-political things. And I was too. You know, I was part of a fundraiser event for BLM later that summer. And I obviously did not approve of what happened. I think what happened was a fucking disgusting tragedy and says a lot about American stuff. But also in my head, I was thinking to myself, maybe too self-righteously, like, hey, maybe people need a video like this. Maybe people want to watch something and laugh. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Jimmy, because that was kind of my mindset going into it. I was like, well, maybe I should release it because maybe people want to take their minds off it and laugh. Because there was just a lot of pain and sadness on the internet and on social media in general around this time. But it didn't do well when I uploaded it. And I wasn't too mad about that because I was like, hey, maybe I just uploaded it at a bad time. This is like, you know, June 3rd, June 4th kind of time. And I remember very specifically, internet discourse was all about that. And fair enough. And I was agonizing to myself over a lot over whether or not I should upload it now. But I eventually went with just doing it and seeing like, hey, maybe people want to take their minds off it. It didn't seem like that was really the case, and that's fine. So I think I kind of sent this video out to die a little bit. That being said, this video was fucking... I think this video is really funny. I'm really proud of this video. There's a bit where I compare there's a bit where I compare landing on the same space of the board in Mario Party as someone else. I worded that so badly. There's a bit where I compare landing on the same Mario Party board space as someone else to being stuck next to an old work colleague at the bus stop. And they're just kind of there making small talk, and you're like, oh my god, go away, get off my space, fuck off, go away. I thought the music just stopped. It went really quiet. There's a bit where I call Yoshi a selfish prick. I can't remember why. There's a bit where I talk about Mario Party 9 boards being the worst to live on because you're in a car, which means you have to talk to other people all the time. I just think it's a pretty funny video, and I'm quite proud of it. Those two things don't really have anything to do with each other, so I don't think the timing of the video would have made any difference. Maybe it wouldn't. It's not like specifically, I'm not being like, you know, oh, I didn't upload Mario Party video because the George Floyd discourse would have made it uncomfortable. It's just that because of that, the general mood on the internet was very, was very up in arms and downtrodden, and like I say, totally justifiably so. So it's more so maybe it was just a bad time, you know, on my part. Maybe I was a bit foolhardy to release such a video at a time. But no one watched this video, and it made me sad because I think it's really funny. I think it's a really funny video. I'm very happy with it. Looking back on it, I enjoy this video a lot, and if you missed it, I would encourage you to go back and check it out because I think it's very good. It's joke for joke. I feel like every joke hits. It's just a funny video that I'm proud of. I think the concept from go, I think the concept was just really good. I rarely get ideas that are as good as what would the 5 worst Mario Party boards to live on in real life be. I'm also going to put... what is my least favourite D-view? What is my least favourite D-view? This might surprise people. I actually think it's this one. Maybe an unfitting thing to do, considering that we had this video's protagonist in the room with me not long ago. I like every D-view. I've really enjoyed doing this series. It's by far my favourite thing I've done on the channel yet. So there's none of them that I dislike. But I think the Monster Hunter Rise one is the one where, more so than any others, there's a section where I talk about myself or I get personal, and I think it feels a bit forced. I thought a game like Monster Hunter, considering that as I recall, I was playing Monster Hunter Ultimate on 3DS, where I was playing Monster Hunter Ultimate on 3DS when Ted got hit by a car. And because it's about monsters and you have a palico, a little cat, and your companion, I thought this is relevant. This is a really good opportunity to kind of tell Ted's story. And I think it's more so an editing fault, but I was watching back the section of the video where I transition from talking about the game into the bit where I talk about Ted. And I think it's a bit clunky. And I think it feels like it comes a bit out of nowhere. I think that could have been handled a bit better, but I didn't want to fade out to black and then fade back in. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, Ted got hit by a car, Snarf, when he was like 2 or 3. I tell the story in this video, so honestly, without trying to plug myself too hard, I would recommend you check it out. But I talk a lot about Ted's journey to survival in this video because I thought it was relevant. Because, you know, cat companions, palicos, monsters. I was playing Monster Hunter when he got hit. Yeah, I don't know. That transition, I don't love that transition and how it kind of leans into it. Also, there's a bit where I talk about Japan and history, and where I basically kind of insinuate that Japan do not have as bloody a history as the UK, us, or Germany. And I've had a lot of people pull me up on that. And I kind of get what they're saying and kind of don't, because I'm not saying that Japan don't have a bloody history. They do. Obviously. You know, 1940s Imperial Japan and whatnot. My point in that is that they don't have a history that's quite as bad and bloodstained as the UK or Germany do. But maybe I should have just not said it. Because it was, you know... Or there's a different way I could have said that. Because the way I say it does kind of lead into people correcting me. And I get it. I get why people feel the need to say, like, hey, you are aware that Japan did a lot of fucked up shit. Which I am. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few things that I kind of handle in this video that I'm not, like... overly keen on, that I don't love, but it's a D-view, and I do really like all the D-views, and I think all of the D-views are homely Fudj classics at least. This is just my least favourite of them. The other D-view that I would put in here, there's only one other I'd put in here, or is there two? Can I just say, it's really interesting reading you guys' opinions. I'm really surprised by like what you guys think about them compared to what I think about them, how much you guys like them. It's really cool how many of you guys really like some of the ones that I don't like. A lot of people really think the Monster Hunter Rise D-view is like the best one I've done, which is awesome. That's great, because I put a lot of effort into it. I'm glad you guys think so highly of it. It's really, really interesting seeing the disparity, if you will. There's at least one other D-view in here. Maybe two. I'd say the Mario Galaxy one is high tip but not top. Interesting. I think... Oh... For me, it's... I don't want to say it. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. I'm going to put the Among Us D-view here. Almost entirely just because it's too short. That's basically it. It's the only one I did that's less than 10 minutes. I think this video is really funny. I think all the jokes hit. Joke by joke is really good. But in retrospect, I kind of wish I made it longer, because I do actually think there's quite a lot more I could have said about... Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Binbag. I missed your message. That really sucks. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, the Among Us review I do like. I think it's really funny. I think it's really good. But it's also only 9 minutes, and it actually ends at about like 7 or so minutes in. And there's definitely a lot more I could have said about Among Us, especially as someone who has played Mafia in real life. Not the video game, but the game. There's a lot more likenesses I could have drawn, and just a lot more I could have said. So it's good, but it just doesn't go on for long enough. But the joke about my friend changing up his style, getting a beard and getting tattoos and all this stuff, and then me telling him that I think it looks really good, and then being like, damn, if only there's a game where I could lie to people, is one of my favourites. But I actually think, in the nicest possible way, Among Us was my least favourite D-view. Could be the length, but I don't remember quite as much from the rest of it. Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah. It just doesn't... There's not enough there. There's not enough meat on the bones. I'll also put the other two Oh, hang on. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get another Fudge's thesis done. This is a video where the funniest songs in video games one was a concept that I think conceptually no one wanted to watch, which is fair enough. It was not a very viewer friendly, like no one's googling that, no one's looking that up. It's a very niche specific thing, but I do think it's a really funny video that I really like. The funniest songs in video games one. I'm trying to think of what is in this one. This is the one where one of the funniest songs in video games, according to me in this video, is Strains of Insanity from Chrono Trigger, because the guy's laughing all the time. One of them is Gruce's theme. There's a great joke about Gruce's theme that I can't remember. Shit, the Gruce's theme bit I remember being really good. And then the ending with the Hearthstone menu music, where I'm laughing about the idea of someone playing Hearthstone and losing their money. Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's a good video. I think it's a nice niche little Fudge classic. And fair enough, a lot of people didn't watch it because the concept was just not very good, I think. But I like it. And that's all that matters, in my opinion. I will put the... I'm going to put this one on here. At the very least. The most important games of the 2010s. I'm trying to think of like what stops this from being like the gold standard. I think it's just like... It's funny, but it's not that funny. It's not that funny a video. It is mostly just kind of like, here is my opinion. I think it's just like a good video that isn't amazing, but it's a good video. I like to think it's a fun watch, and it's pretty funny. And I stand by what I say in the video. It's based on what I think is a pretty funny Patreon list. It's a 21.5-minute video, and 7 minutes of it is honourable mentions, which other people complain about, but I don't care what they think. I just guess I thought that was worth mentioning. I think they can get over it. Yeah, I like it well enough. I think it's just it's a fine video. It's a nice little Fudge classic. You can pop in. This is in fact Fudge. This is definitely a Fudge video I am watching. You know. Maybe I'm not quite as much of a chaotic idiot in this one. What's the bit I really remember in this video? What are the games? It's Dark Souls, Minecraft, Breath of the Wild. This is the video where I first allude to my actual opinion on Skyrim by saying that Breath of the Wild makes Skyrim look like a block of wood. The Last of Us and Undertale. That's right. Yeah, it's not a very funny video. It's not really... Not very, with the jokes, you know? Okay. It's really coming down to it now. I'm having a hard time. I would put this at like the top of Homely Fudge classics, the 5 most underrated games of all time. I think this is a very funny video that I enjoy. I think it's the best of the top 5 lists. This is one of the best Homely Fudge classics that isn't like perfect or amazing. Yeah. I'm trying to think of... this is the one... Viva Pinata, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon... Thronebreaker, where I get kind of serious and talk about how good Thronebreaker is. If you haven't played Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales, play Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales. Just a really good fucking game. Genuinely really good game. I love that one, but I'm scared to go in the comments section because of one specific game. Yeah, Mystery Dungeon, I'm assuming. Thronebreaker is on sale on Steam at the moment. God damn, buy Thronebreaker if you're interested. It's not for everyone, but it's so good. It's such a good game. If you like card games or feeling like you're smart at all, please get it. Voice acting is really good in it as well. I didn't mention that in the video, but voice acting in it's really good. There's a lot of twists and like genuinely like whoa moments. This, yeah, the top 5 most underrated games of all time is me at my most contemptuous. This is me most being like, God, I fucking hate this. You know, even though I actually don't, even though I actually really enjoyed making the video, and I'm really proud of the video, I really convinced a lot of people, I think, with the script that I fucking hated myself, and I hate this video. I never want to think about it again. But I do actually like to think it's, you know, a lot more enjoyable and funny than the average, like, top 5 insert things, here is my opinion on YouTube. I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2, but it's not fun to talk about. It's a circle jerk. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not really tuned into the discourse, as I'm sure you can imagine. Yeah, this is the video. I directly insult and condescend the viewer multiple times throughout the video, and no one got mad about it, which I was shocked at. I was like, damn, I really can just get away with shitting all over my viewers, can't I? Wow. I'll keep that in mind. Fudj will remember that. It's like a BioWare RPG. The Walking Dead game. Fudj will remember that. That you let him just insult you like that. Wow. Yeah. It's a funny video that I like, and I'm quite proud of it. That's kind of my input on a lot of the videos in this tier. Okay, and I think one more video goes in this tier. Or does it? There's one video that I'm heavily debating, and I'm not sure about it. I love FTA because I hate the algorithm, but also love lists. So it's like I get to have my moral cake and eat my monkey cake too. That's great. I'm really glad. That's pretty much the thing I'm going for, really. Okay. I'm really thinking hard about this one. It's this one. This is the one I'm deliberating over. I don't know if I think this is like high tier or if this is a Fudj classic. I remember being really... The thing about this video was I was really proud of it. I worked really hard on it and I really liked it. And then there was a factual error. There was a big, stupid, idiot factual error in the original one. And so, in an attempt to maintain some kind of level of legitimacy, I actually took the video down the day it went up. It got 11k views in its first day, which suggested to me that it was going to do really well and that it was going to be really good. And I kind of kicked myself for taking it down because I actually screwed myself over there big time. Originally, in the original video, I claimed that Valve made Doom when they didn't. id Software made Doom. I correct myself about that in the re-upload. But someone in the comments actually told me, like, hey, you didn't have to take it down and re-upload it. You know, like, you could have just done, like, a pinned comment. But in my head, I was kicking myself. I was like, no, that's not good enough, man. Like, I've made mistakes in videos like this before, and I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to get a reputation for saying, like, you know, non-true shit. I don't want to get a reputation for, like, getting my facts wrong and, like, doing my research badly. So even though it got 11k views on its first day and was probably going to do really well, and was probably going to rocket off to like 100k plus or even 200k plus, I took it up. I took it down, made the edit, corrected myself, and re-uploaded it, and then it got 3,000 views in its first day. Obviously, because a lot of people had already seen it for the first time. I don't blame people for that, but I kind of fucked myself out. I don't know. I don't know if I did the right. I think I did the right thing because, you know, you can't just leave false facts in your video like that, and sometimes just correcting it with a pinned comment isn't enough. This is why it fucks me off that YouTube has done away with traditional annotations. You know, it used to be back in the day, an annotation could be like a little caption you could put on the video that just said a little thing, anything you wanted. It could be a correction of a thing you said incorrectly. It was basically a way of correcting yourself on a video you've already uploaded, but that's done away with now in that way. You can't do that anymore. It has to be a pinned comment. So I opted to take it down and re-uploaded it, and it did not do well, and it made me quite sad because I worked really hard on it. I was really happy with it. This was another one that was heavily inspired by stuff I learned at university. The discussion around cheating we had at a lecture, it was really interesting, and I was like, you know, I think in general I like the videos where I get like properly academic and implement some university stuff that I learned into my videos, more so than like the analysis videos that are just like basically me reviewing a game. So I have a fondness for this one, so I think I really like it, and it seems like chat agrees. I'm torn between high tier and top tier. I think it's also a really funny video as well though, isn't it? This has got the Galoob bit. I'm talking about how I wish I was called Galoob. And I do. I do still wish that I was called Galoob. Yeah, I love this video. I think it's the lowest of the gold standard for me. But I think this goes in the gold standard of video creation. Let's get an easy one out of the way. The greatest villager in Animal Crossing history. This for a long time I considered this top 2 like funniest videos I've ever made, alongside the Mario Party one. I'm really proud of this one. I thought it was really good. This is the debut of Fudge's thesis. You know what I need to do? I need to lean into the Antonio meme harder, because this video kind of made Antonio Animal Crossing a running joke amongst my subscriber base, and I don't know why I haven't like brought it back. You know what I mean? I don't know why I haven't like made Antonio into a recurring joke, but I want to try. I want to try and bring back God Antonio praise into my videos somehow down the line. I'm glad chat seemed to love it so much. I'm glad chat agrees, because I really love this video. The bit with Sprocket where I'm trying to tell him he's a robot. Originally, I actually put Blade Runner music in that section where I'm trying to tell Sprocket that he's not real. But I was worried about getting DMCA'd, so I replaced it with World of Goo music. But the Blade Runner music would have fucking made it. I got an amazing comment on this video where someone just like totally got the kind of Blade Runner-esque thing I was going for, with trying to tell Sprocket that he wasn't real and that he's a fucking robot. This has got the running gag with Mael and how fucking ugly she is and how much I hate her. This has got Antonio has the same birthday as Snoop Dogg. He cares about the environment. All this good stuff. Yeah, I love this video. This video, even a year later, I still watch it back and like, this has aged like a fine wine. This is still just really funny. That was the other Animal Crossing video, Charnucky, which I still really like, the soldier bit. But yeah, no, I love this video. I worked script writing for this one took me a long time, but eventually I wrote it and I was like, oh, this is one of the funniest things. Mario Galaxy is I personally love it. This is one of my favorite Fudges, one of my favorite DVs. I saw someone saying they think it should be high tier, which is fair enough. I get it. The one big thing that bothers me about the Mario Galaxy DV is that I didn't realize this at the time, and this is the same problem. I had this problem with the Monster Hunter Rise DV as well. Is my capture card could do 1080p, but not 60 FPS. The capture card I had at the time when I was recording footage for this one and the Monster Hunter one could only do 1080p 30 FPS and not 1080p 60 FPS. And so my game footage, I don't think anyone else would notice it, but it's one of those things where when you make the video, you're extra critical of it. To me, I notice it. When it's my game footage and someone else's game footage, and this is another one of my problems in the Monster Hunter one, I can see like a visible difference between the 60 FPS and the 30 FPS. And I know that's a really small thing, but that really fucking bothers me. That's the thing that bothers me most about this video. But I also think the opening to this video is maybe the best thing I've ever done. This is space! And then it zooms out and I'm sending a fan mail to Mariah Carey. Basically simping over her and telling her how much I love her. And then there's a joke about balls that I think is just fucking tops. Super Mario Galaxy is not a game about space, it's a game about balls. Great news for me, I love balls. Yes, I quote myself, I don't care, alright? No one else does it for me, so I'll quote myself. It's one of my favourite jokes I've ever written. Yeah, I like the Super Mario Galaxy DV a lot. It's one of my faves. My footage being in 30 FPS bothers me, and I don't think it ends too well. I think the ending's a bit weak. Maybe I should have done a game that I'm a bit more passionate about and that I have a bit more of a kind of attachment to. Because I come to the end and all I have to say is that I like it. But I don't really know how to say I like it without just saying I like it. In my opinion, this is the turning point for DV when it went from being good to proper good. Thank you very much. Very flattered to have achieved proper good status. Also, I will order these within tiers once I'm done, by the way. I will order these within tiers. Here's one I've seen people talking about a lot. Yeah. I think the Nintendo versus consumers video is as good as you guys seem to think. I definitely still really like it. This video, more than any video I've made, is aging beautifully, isn't it? This video, quite tragically, is aging like a fine wine, and it's very cool to me. It's really, it will never stop being super humbling and just super fucking cool to me that I can make a 48-minute video where in the first minute I stick my middle finger up at my cat and call him stupid and grey, and then go on to absolutely shit on a video game company for 48 minutes, and that just be my job. You know, the fact that I can just fucking do that is so cool. This video, like, I never planned on making this video. You know, usually I know exactly what I'm going to do on the channel like months in advance. Like, I can tell you guys right now, I know exactly what I'm doing this month, July, August. You know, I know what I'm doing. But this video kind of came about out of nowhere because Nintendo had just done nothing but fuck me off for the past few months, and I was like, all right, well, you know, I don't think people are really talking about this very well. I don't think there's a lot of nuance in the way that people are discussing this. I'm going to channel my scorn into a video shitting on Nintendo, and it was one of the best videos I've made, one of the best performing videos I've made in quite a while. People seem to like it. I mean, you know, based on the kind of video that it is and the timing, I suspected that it would do pretty well, and it has. The only thing that bothers me is the name. I agonise over the name a lot because obviously, as I explained in the video, anti-consumerism means something a little bit different than being anti-consumer. What I really meant is anti-consumer -ism, but that wouldn't have fucking worked at all in a title. Blame YouTube algorithm and the way like SEO works for that, okay? Because that's what it should have been called, but I just couldn't. I couldn't have done that because it would have handicapped the fuck out of me, and I just could not for the life of me think of a better way, something better to call it. But I'm proud of this video. I think this video is really good, even though I don't generally like the essay analysis videos I've done. This and another one that you can probably see, I do just like, you know, think of as really high quality videos that I'm proud of, that I was very passionate about, that I put a lot of time and effort into. The other thing that plays into me really liking these videos is that they're funny as well. A lot of these analysis essay videos that I've done that I don't like as much, because I kind of lose myself in the topic and I kind of forget to do the jokes that I love writing so much, and, you know, do the thing that is the reason I love making videos, is making people laugh. I kind of lose that in the 2D versus 3D platformers video. I kind of lose it in the Pokemon Wasted Potential video. You know, I lose it in a lot of them, but in these top two big essay analysis videos that I love so much, I think they're really funny throughout, and I'm really proud of them. There's a joke about Mother 3 being a thought crime in this video that I was quite proud of, and Smash players getting abducted from venues and being repurposed for trailers of Pokemon Salt and Pepper, that I was proud of. See, I like this one a lot. Let's while we're on the topic, might as well just do this. The state of Smash Ultimate. It's a lot the same thing, you know, something I was very passionate about, something I very much believed in. It was super cool that I got to interview people like Max Ketchum and Captain L, who I'd previously been watching at Smash tournaments for years. The fact that they sat down with me to do interviews for this video is really cool. This video is the longest video I've ever made. It's like 58 minutes long, nearly an hour, and I did not expect it to go that long. It's about 35 minutes long when the interviews come in, and I was expecting the interviews to go on for about 10 minutes, you know, but there was so much good shit from the interviews that the interview segment ended up taking about 20 minutes, which is fine. But I was never planning on this being my longest video ever. But there was so much good stuff from the interviews. I still had to cut quite a lot of good stuff from the interviews that I really liked, because I didn't want it to be like completely excessive, you know. But yeah, I think this is like the competitive failings of Smash Ultimate, but just like a bit better. I'm really proud of it. My editing, I think, really came together around this time. My voice performance, some of the jokes I'm really proud of. This video makes my brain hurt just because of Goku in Smash. Yeah, trust me too, buddy. Also, I spend like 14 minutes of the opening of this video just shitting on the people who on a lot of my critics from the original one, and I was worried that that would make me totally unlikable. Usually, I don't feel it necessary usually to like clap back against criticism, because usually I like to think I'm pretty fair and even-handed. You know, the Pokemon Black and White one, a lot of the criticisms I'm like, yeah, fair enough, and I can admit to that. I think it's a bad video. But some of the critiques I got about the original Smash Ultimate video, that being the competitive failings, was some of the stupidest fucking dribble I've ever read in my entire life. That there was no way in the follow-up that I wasn't responding. I didn't want to be that guy who's like, I'm going to respond to hate, and because I'm a YouTuber, you can't say anything to me. But there were so many genuinely fucking stupid criticisms people gave me over the Smash Ultimate video originally, that I spent about a good 14 minutes of... I think it's about 14 minutes just responding to people in the opening of this video. I actually cut a few bits out of it because I worried that it went on too long and it got a bit self-indulgent. But I also like to think that bit of the video is really funny, because I think you can sense some very real, genuine anger from me, which I don't think you get in any of the other videos, barring maybe the Nintendo one. There's a chance that this stream might get DMCA'd because Nintendo's music's still on the radar. Hey, I like to live on the edge, baby. You know me, I like to live dangerously. Yeah, it was people telling me I'm biased, people telling me all this... Just people telling me that I'm saying all this dumb shit that I don't say, and just taking everything I say and making it completely black and white, and taking all the fucking nuance out of everything I say. It was so cathartic to... Like, the fact that this video, the State of Smash Ultimate, has a crazy like-to-dislike ratio. The fact that I shit on this incredibly popular game that so many people love in the way that I did. I mean, I was quite fair and even-handed about it, but it's mostly criticism and talking about why I think it's quite bad. The fact that a video like that has over a 90% like-to-dislike ratio, which it does, it's very, very flattering to me. I'm like, damn, like, I actually did it. I actually convinced people, you know, like, these people actually agree with me. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm not like an amazing video editor by any means. You know, I never got into this as a, you know, to learn how to edit. So I guess it took me a long time to become like a competent editor. But I think around this time, basically late last year, is when I actually started to really kind of come into my own and actually do some really good editing. And I think this video sounds dumb to say, but it looks nice throughout. I think it's a very nice looking and nicely presented video. That's one of my favourite things about it, is it just, there's no slip-ups, there's nothing that looks kind of unintuitive or ugly and clunky. It all transitions well. It has a really nice flow for an hour-long video. Yeah, I'm probably going on about this one a bit too long. This one's a bit of an anomaly, so let's just get this one out of the way, because this is tonally very different to everything else, right? And I don't feel like there's a lot I can really say. Obviously, if you've seen my video on autism, then I don't know if there's really much to say. It's kind of weird to talk about this one in contrast with everything else I've done, because obviously it's so different. All I can really say is that you know, I'm proud of it, and the outpouring of support I got around this video is actually still a bit flooring. Here's the thing. Before I started YouTube, obviously as an autistic person, as someone who is like almost certain they have ADHD, my mind is like constantly racing. I don't say this to be like, oh, I'm always thinking, I'm super smart, but like, you know, a way I would describe autism is just like not having an off button. So what I used to do before I made videos is I used to every so often write little blog posts about my experiences with autism that no one would read, no one would see, but I just write them to myself, you know. And I guess it was kind of supposed to be cathartic, because people talk about like the power of catharsis in just writing things to yourself. Oh, thank you guys. It's very nice of you. That's awesome, Jimmy. I got a lot of people tell me they work with kids in response to this video, and what they got out of the video, and again, it's very flattering, you know. But yeah, I used to write these posts to myself all the time, I know I always hear about how cathartic writing to yourself is, but I never really got it. You know, I wrote these posts and I thought, I feel like I'm saying something meaningful and important here, but because no one can see it and I have no reach and no visibility and no one knows what I'm writing about, what I'm saying, I don't really feel any kind of relief, because no one else knows about this thing that I'm talking about than me, you know. And I was obviously, then the YouTube thing came along, and it was for a long time that I was agonizing over how to make this video or what to do, because I was like, do I make an autism video where like the whole video is just video game footage? I don't really want to like talk into a camera for 40 plus minutes, you know. I don't know. I just didn't know how to do it, but I think it worked out. I don't know, man. It's really hard to talk about just because it's so different. It's so unlike anything else, and I'm such a rambly person, and I'm trying not to go on for ages. But yeah, some of the things people said in response to this video are just crazy, and I seriously can't really like fathom. You know, people have talked about this video like help it. I'm not one to like fake humility. I hate that shit when there's so many people who are like, oh man, I never expected this to do this well. I never expected this and that. And you're like, you can tell they're lying, right? They did expect this to do this thing. And I expected this video to do well to an extent, but I really didn't expect people to say some of the things they said. I tell you what, right? Someone, shortly after this video came out, someone DM'd me on Twitter who told me that they have, I think it was antisocial personality disorder, which I believe they explained to me. I might be wrong here, but this is what I said, what they said, or what I think I remember them saying. In clinical terms, is psychopathy or sociopathy. And they said to me that as a person with that, hearing people use words like psycho in a derogatory manner is exactly how I felt, you know, hearing so many things I heard about people like me and whatnot. And that blew me the fuck away, because I was like, holy shit, I have used the word psycho or psychopath as like a joke or a punchline so many times, you know, without even thinking about it. And it's so easy to forget that there is always someone more marginalized than you. Because how many of us just use the word psycho or psychopath, or like, you know, joke about being a sociopath just without thinking about it? But there's someone out there to whom that is really hurtful, because there are people who actually have that stuff and they're real and their struggles are real. And yeah, I don't know. It kind of made me reflect on the way I am. Here I am talking about how fucking sad my life has been and how hard it's been, but there's always someone who has it harder. And I kind of, you know, from that day forward, I'm like, well, I have to try really hard to never make jokes about psychos or psychopathy and whatnot, because it's real. The same way that so many people, in my mind, should learn to stop making jokes about autism, because there are real people who have it and real people who struggle with that, you know? I don't know, like I say, there's always someone who is more marginalized than you and who takes insults that you kind of throw out mindlessly without realizing to a greater extent than you do. The comments were a mess. Most of the comments I've seen were really nice. I will confess, some of the comments on this video gave your boy, got you, you know, I cried. maybe blubber like a little baby. There was a teacher who was telling me that he just had a kid recently, and I think he was saying that like some of the medical professionals suspected that his son may have autism or may grow up to have autism, and he was like, if my son grows up to be anything like you, I'll be very proud. You know? And that just fucking, yeah, like a big baby me when I read that. I shouldn't go on too long. I had not to say about this video. It's very special to me. I can't express how much it means that so many people seem to have gotten as much out of it as they have, you know? I don't want to say thanks, because I don't feel like I need to, but at the same time, I just want to reiterate, earnestly, you don't have to thank me for making videos, even one like this, because this is going to sound blunt and almost a bit mean, but I don't do them for you. You know, I didn't do that video. I mean, I did and I didn't. You know, I did it for myself. That was the primary kind of motivator, but along the way I kind of realised that this could help other autistic people as well. And I guess that's a bonus. But, like, you don't owe me for making this video, you know? Because I probably wouldn't have made it if I didn't have a personal stake in it, if I didn't think it was helping me at the same time. Because, if you can believe it or not, YouTubers who tell you, you know, that they do this for you and stuff, most of them are actually lying to you. Most of them actually do it for monetary gain and whatnot. I did this because I thought it could help me. That was a big part of it. But I don't know if I'm articulating myself well enough here. Like, it was a really, really good opportunity for me to get a lot of things off my chest and talk about a lot of things that I've been thinking about for a long time and that I've had up in my head, and to put them all in like a big place. And I guess the idea that other people would see it was going to help me, you know? And this is what I mean when I say that I didn't really expect it to get the outpour that it did, because I was shocked at how many people could relate to it. I didn't make it for other people because I didn't think many people would be able to relate to it. I thought I'd get like a couple comments here, a couple people here saying, oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. I was just shocked at how many people related to it and got something out of it. And that was... It's the first time I felt like I was part of something bigger or like greater. You know, like, wow. None of my other videos I've ever made have been to help people. And I didn't really make this video. It wasn't my primary intention to help people. A couple of times in the video I say like, hey, I hope this helps. But I'm not really expecting it to, you know? But the fact that it actually did kind of blows my fucking mind. It feels like I did, I don't know, it feels like, without trying to like big myself up or anything, it feels almost unwittingly like I did something actually important with that video, you know, and like something that will actually really help people and something that will actually have like a positive change in the world. That's kind of brazy, bro. Anyway, Pokemon versus a billion lions. So here's the thing about a billion lions. A billion is a fucking lot, right? Do you have any idea how many a billion is? If you don't, you're a fucking idiot. I don't think I've been alive for a billion seconds. Have you? No. You're like 15, aren't you? This video, more so than any other video I've ever made. Sorry, I've stopped reading chat so long. Personally, I don't think I'll ever get to a position where a joke about depression and anxiety would get to me personally, but it doesn't hurt to make someone feel better. It's weird to see people get bothered about being told they don't like the condition being joked about. Interesting. Some interesting takes. This video is the absolute pinnacle of people not being able to get a fucking joke. This is the pinnacle of people not being able to read a fucking joke on the internet. The comments on this, holy shit. Oh, I think this is my second or third most disliked video, Pokemon vs. a billion lions. Here's the thing, on top of it blatantly being a fucking joke and being stupid, I'm also right. I do actually think I make a compelling video argument in this video. Abilities are not canon. You know, whatever, man. I could go over that. Yeah, I think this video is funny. I'm proud of it. I don't thank you because I owe you, but because you lighten up my life. Even if it's accidental, I feel like giving you my gratitude. A bit like when you apologise for hurting someone intentionally, but the opposite. That's very, very nice, Kaizaro, and I appreciate. The thing I want to say is... the reason I say this and the reason I'm so kind of blunt about this is because you need to understand that, like, I am just a video man. I'm just an internet man. And I just worry about people getting too attached to me. How many cases in recent years have there been of, like, big content creators going out and doing some horrible, awful, monstrous shit, and a bunch of people are, like, actually heartbroken about it because they're so attached to this content creator, you know? I'm not sanctimonious enough to sit here and pretend and lie to you and say, I would never do something like that. I could never do something like that. I haven't done anything like that at the moment, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not capable of it, you know? I just want you to know, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Bunga Kunga. Like, it's mean to say, it's horrible to say, but we're not friends. That sounds mean to say, but more people need to fucking say it. More people on YouTube need to say it, because otherwise you get, it's, you know, a parasocial relationship, which I'm sure you've heard of. People getting way too invested in the lives of people they watch on the internet who they don't know behind the closed doors, who they only see the way they want them to see them on screen and stuff. You know? Like, you don't know me, I don't know you. And I'm telling you right now, I'm really glad you guys enjoy my stuff. That's awesome. The fact you guys are here, I really appreciate that. That's awesome. But disassociate yourself from me. Even with the autism video, even with all the times where I talk about myself, you know, I'm doing it because I think there is something artful about it and because I think it makes my videos different. But I'm not doing it so that you can feel like I'm your friend, because we're not friends. We have honestly something vaguely close to a business relationship, right? I work at McDonald's, you come in, you buy my cheeseburger, I give you the cheeseburger, we go our separate ways. Hey, I made the money that you gave me for the cheeseburger, you have the cheeseburger, you know? Anyway, sorry, went off again. Have I seen the Ludwig video? I have not seen the Ludwig video, no. I'm assuming he talks about a similar thing, right? Because he's huge. I'm sure he gets a lot of stuff like that. We own you, work for us, fuck off! That's the cool thing about my job, is I can tell you what to fuck off. And I get no repercussions for it. You can all get fucked. I don't mean that. But in theory, you can all get fucked. The fact that I have a job where I can just tell people in my own comment section to eat my fucking cock and like get no repercussions for it. I am the bourgeoisie. Pretty bougie. Anyway, 1 billion lions would absolutely destroy all of the Pokemon. There's literally like 6 Pokemon that could put up a fight against over 1,000 lions. That's not enough. Dialga's getting fucked. Rayquaza has to land eventually. If he doesn't, the lions will climb on top of each other. Yeah, here's the thing, right? People are like, oh, Rayquaza can fly forever. You ever heard of a mountain lion? Do you know how tall? Oh my god, it's Autumn Plains. It's not Winter Tundra, it's Autumn Plains, sorry. Someone was like, Kyogre. Someone in my comment section was like, Kyogre would just flood the land. I replied to him, sea lions. And no one has responded. Because I think they're all a bit too mind blown. Yes. 1 billion lions does include sea lions. Get fucked. How will the lion at the bottom of the ladder support the weight? Enough of this. Enough of these questions. I'm sick of this. Enough. Whatever, man. Lion catapults. I'm sure they can. Look. You ever heard of the infinite monkey theorem? The infinite monkey theorem suggests that if you put enough monkeys in a room with enough typewriters, then over time, eventually, those monkeys will write Shakespeare. Do you not think that 1 billion lions is enough lions over a reasonably short period of time to learn how to operate a trebuchet? Or perhaps construct a trebuchet and learn to operate it and fling lions at Rayquaza? I think yes. I'm not saying it's infinite lions. I'm saying it's 1 billion. And 1 billion is a lot. It's a lot of lions. On the subject of lions, do you guys hear that meowing? Give me a second. He might stay for a little bit. Do you think one of every Pokemon would stand a fucking chance against 1 billion Teds? No, they wouldn't. A billion lions is another question. He is staring right at me. He's like a little baby. Do you guys want some TED Talk? This needs to be a new segment on my stream called TED Talk, where I just talk with Ted in my arms like a little baby. Get your paw off my... He does this. Can you... Can you not... Can you get a paw off my chin, please? What is this about, huh? What's this for? How many Teds would it take to kill Rayquaza? Well, if there's a billion of them, I do... I have to somewhat doubt a billion Ted's ability to construct a trebuchet. I'm not quite so confident in him. He's a bit of a stupid idiot. Can it? Yeah, right? Can a Pikachu survive getting hit by a car? No. Fuck off. You know who can? This guy. This fucking guy. Ugh. Oh, he's making himself comfortable. So, yeah, I'm not going to go on about a billion lions any longer. It's a dead topic. If a billion Teds can beat one of every Pokemon, which they can, the billion lions is nothing else. I often think about what Ted would be like as a lion. You know, what he'd look like. What if you took this silly face and gave him like a big mane and big scary teeth, huh? What would you be like, buddy? What would you be like? Okay. Who would win, a billion lions or Drill Sergeant? Definitely not Drill Sergeant. Drill Sergeant would get fucked. Oh, he's struggling to get down. Go on, buddy. Yeah, I've got a mega sidetrack. Let's go back to the tier list. Sorry, the autism video kind of sent me off in a big parasocial relationships rant that I don't think I articulated amazingly well. And then I brought my cat in. Here's another one. Here's one of my favourite videos I've ever made. It's the 10k subscriber special! Yeah, the Breath of the Wild 10k sub special, dare I say, was me kind of going out on a bit of a limb. And being like, let's see how people respond to like me talking a bit about myself. Which I kind of did for the first time. And people responded to it really well, and they really liked it. If people haven't watched this video, I talk about my experience of gigging as an amateur stand-up comedian in London, which I did for a few months, and how it kind of made me realise what I really want to do, which is to say YouTube, which might sound really weird, but it makes sense in the video, I promise. And how I realised through like... there you go. Thank you, Miz. How I realised through gigging in stand-up comedy that like what I really wanted to do was on the internet. You know, like my people are here. Realistically, I feel like I could make it in stand-up if I wanted to, but there's quite a few things I dislike about stand-up. You know, it's very see-through, it's very transparent. Like, my wife. My kids. I don't have a wife or kids. I want to talk about video games. You know, the people in pubs in London don't want to hear about fucking how Antonio is the best villager in Animal Crossing. My boss, yeah. So I was at work the other day. I don't know what that is. I never worked a day in my life. I'm not relatable. Yeah, I'm just really proud of the Breath of the Wild one. I like it a lot. It's the first video where I kind of get real. And I talk about myself, and I wanted to see how it would go and how people would respond to it. And people were shockingly positive. People found it like quite inspiring. And that was cool. That kind of signaled to me, okay, like this channel can be about something more than just like, I like this video game because I think it is good. You know? It can be something a bit different. It can be something a bit personal and a bit artful, and it can have more of an identity. And getting to tell that story and people responding to it positively, which is really cool. I think that video, the Breath of the Wild 10k sub special, is just a very different video to anything else. Or a very different experience to a lot of other stuff on the platform. I talk about how, like, in that video, I talk about how I wish people would tell their stories more in these videos. I get it. I get that people are scared to open up on the internet because the internet is a scary place. But there's a... Oh my god. Oh, Miz. Holy shit, 5 subs. Thank you so much, Miz. I really, really appreciate you. You didn't need to do that, but thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Everyone say thank you to Miz. What a nice man. And a handsome man as well. Yeah, I talk in this Breath of the Wild video about how, like, I wish people would tell their stories more often. Because it's interesting. That's the interesting stuff on YouTube, you know, nowadays. I almost feel like I'm not going to say we've solved game criticism, but on the platform, like, talk about just games intrinsically and their quality is a bit tired and a bit exhausted, you know? But there's more you can do with it. It's art. You can talk about... You can talk about it like it's a piece of art, because that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to ramble if I go anymore. And then we have these last 3 D views. Of the 3... yeah, I'll be uploading the VOD to... there'll be a cool announcement on the main channel. Check that out in the coming days, because I'm doing a second channel, and this will go up in the second channel. Of the 3... well, you guys know that the Skyrim D-View is my favourite video, right? This is my favourite video I've ever done. So I'll start here. Yeah, my Skyrim D-View is my favourite video I've ever done. Fun fact about this video, I went to render this video when it was fully finished, and my PC crashed halfway through, because it was a huge fucking file, and it had a lot of game footage directly from a capture card, which is really, like, Sony Vegas really struggles with that. If you upload a video file that you've recorded straight to Sony Vegas, it's treated as like a much bigger file size. It's much harder. And I had like 5 or 6 3-hour long videos from my PC. It wasn't even a capture card, it was recorded in OBS. I had like 5 or 6 3-hour video files from OBS in Sony Vegas at the time. And so every time I opened the Sony Vegas tab to go into video editing for the Skyrim video, it took like 5 minutes, 5 actual minutes to like load everything in. And so my PC couldn't handle it. Even a very powerful PC I have, which I spent like 800 quid on, crashed rendering halfway through. When I opened Sony Vegas back up, and I opened the file for Skyrim, for the Skyrim D-View, a 43-minute video that I was about to upload, I opened it back up, and 12 minutes of it were done. 31 minutes of full editing, which, if you've never edited a video before, is about a week, to be generous, were gone and missing. I have never experienced anxiety or panic like that whilst making YouTube videos at any other point, but I genuinely, I was quite ready to cry. I was quite ready to cry because I was so proud of it, and it's not just that I'd lost 31 minutes of editing, but like I would have had to get everything right again. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just be like, I've got to do another 31 minutes. I've got to get another 31 minutes exact and precise and how I like it. Here's what actually happened. When you save a file on Sony Vegas, if you save a file with the same name as a pre-existing file in most programs, it gives you an option to overwrite that file, right? Because they're the same name. But Sony Vegas doesn't do that. So by a miracle, I went to open file on Sony Vegas, and it just turned out that I had like 6 Skyrim D-Views saved to my PC. And I scoured through all of them, and when I found the one that was actually the finished video, that was the full 43-minute things, I ran outside to my garden and basically just fell over in like exhaustion. I saw it. I remember looking at the screen, waiting for it to load in. It loaded in 43 minutes, and I just went, "Oh!" Just the sheer, I didn't know how to contain myself. I really thought I'd lost like over a week's worth of work. I ran outside, I fucking opened the door, I ran out to the garden, and I just fucking fell over on the grass. I just didn't know. I just did not know what else to do. I was so... The feeling of relief is unlike anything I've ever felt before in my fucking life. This video, even though I've made longer videos, rendering and uploading this video was more nightmarish than anything else because I had a lot of footage recorded straight from my PC, which, as I say, Sony Vegas treats as a much bigger file and has much more trouble loading in, processing and rendering, and YouTube has much more trouble uploading. Uploading this 43-minute video took about 4 hours. You know, if anything goes wrong at all of those 43 hours, it gets fucked and you start again. If the internet cuts out for a second, bam, gone. You know? It didn't help that I was really proud of the video. I really fucking loved it. I thought it was really great. And I thought I was like never going to be able to get it up after all this. Anyway, I should probably talk about the actual video. I just think it's my best video ever made. I think it's like... It's hard to talk about the videos I love without sounding like a totally conceited fucking knobhead. And, you know, it's hard to talk about all the things I like about it without sounding like, I'm so good. But I just think it's funny, well edited, well produced. It flows really well. There's a good amount of like personality to it, like the kind of personal experience and storytelling. There's a compilation of like some genuinely, I think, really fucking funny stream highlights towards the end. It's a huge, good length. I feel like it's something you could just sit down with and enjoy. The music works. The editing works. I feel like all the jokes work. What's a joke I was really proud of in this video? I agree, Octavio. It often feels like you need to kind of like... It often feels like you need to fake humility. Otherwise you get branded as like an egomaniac. And like, I can criticize myself. I've put 4 of my own YouTube videos in the bin. You know? I've said here that today that I dislike quite a lot of my YouTube videos. And yet I feel so much more uncomfortable talking about the ones that I love. But I just love the Skyrim DV. I think it's the best thing I've ever made. I think it just kind of does everything. I think it's funny, it's interesting, it's entertaining. And I also feel like more so than any other DV, it's a genuine... I feel like it's a genuinely really good analysis of the game I'm talking about. Skyrim as a parody of video games. I think that's pretty fucking spot on. I think that's it. Like, it really is, right? It's like the disaster movie of video games, or the epic movie of video games, as I say. It does feel like a parody at times, but I managed to work that in whilst with it also being like funny and enjoyable. The bit about Skyrim being video game Nando's, where they season all the food with tap water and A4 paper. One of my favourite lines. One of my best. Yeah. This is, in my opinion, to date, Skyrim DV is the gold standard of Fudj. The alpha and omega of gaming. I think it's my best video. And these other two do also go in this tier. New Pokemon Snap DV, I think it's just enjoyable. I would have liked it if it was a bit longer, but it's hard to find that much to say about Pokemon Snap, which is like, you know, a simplistic game in premise and whatnot. But I like to think it's a fun and enjoyable video. It's pretty funny. The Nightcrawler joke was one of my favourites. And the recurring joke about Pokemon Snap being different genres. But there is a lot of clear love and passion. I really fucking loved New Pokemon Snap. And I think that shows through in the video. And you know, it's a more recent one, so I'm partial to like the editing and the voice performance and the jokes and just everything. And then the Skyward Sword DV. Dare I say, it's my second most purely chaotic video, next to the Sonic Fudge's Thesis. The Skyward Sword video, I was surprised at how many people couldn't tell how I feel about Skyward Sword based on this video. When I made it, I felt like it was pretty obvious that I fucking hated it, because I likened I do claim that Joseph Stalin invented motion controls in that video. I do compare motion controls to the invention of the Gatling gun, which killed a lot of people in actual wars. And then I talk about my friend seeing into the void and seeing like the past of all the traumas and wars because we were going to have to go do an underwater fucking motion control collectathon. Yeah, I hated Skyward Sword. I was surprised at how many people didn't get that. Oh, thank you, Ale. That's awesome. Is that Aleph C or ALFC? But I'm glad you loved it. A lot of people, I think, were turned off from the D-View because it's very wacky, the Skyward Sword D-View. It's the wackiest, craziest. I say in the new Pokemon Snap D-View, the less I like a game, the sillier the D-View gets. And that's proven in the Skyward Sword one, because that one is just chaos. The Skyward Sword D-View is absolute insanity. But I like it. I feel like it's really well written. Also, I actually think the best Fudj bit of all time is in this video, in the Skyward Sword video. It's the bit about Sparrowt. I feel like Sparrowt has potential to be a recurring joke throughout Fudj, a bit like Antonio from Animal Crossing. Where I'm talking about like the character in Skyward Sword who is maybe the best, most well-realized character in any Zelda game ever. Sparrowt. And then I just start spouting off about how like Sparrowt is the canonically most powerful Zelda character ever created and no one could stop him, and people think that Mallow from Twilight Princess could beat him in a fight, and Sparrowt would throw him around like a fucking dog toy and no one can beat Sparrowt. And then a bit about the eyes, there's a recurring joke about, oh, there's some pretty big eyeballs you got there, because all the bosses in Skyward Sword just have blatantly obvious weak points where they just have a giant eyeball, and Sparrowt also has big eyeballs, so maybe by that logic I could kill him. Maybe I could kill Sparrowt by attacking his eyeballs. Who knows? Still thinking about it now. Yeah, I like the Skyward Sword DV. I think it's pretty good. There you go. That's my whole gosh darn tier list. I'm going to do a quick bit of ordering around real quick. So, for example, this is my actual least favourite video here. And then I'll go like, yeah. For my bottom 4, I think that makes sense. I think the Minecraft video is the best of the unfortunate ones. Mostly for me, this is the connotations of being bullied on Reddit over this video. Maybe it is a good video, I don't know. People in chat seem to really like this one, which I was pleasantly surprised by. Because I think my vocal delivery in this video is a bit cringe. Even if the point I'm making, I think, still stands. What's my least favourite? What is my least favourite of the unfortunate tier? I think it's actually no, it's Witcher 3, then it's Pokemon Sword and Shield Theories, then it's Rayman. X and Y goes up here. And between these two I'm kind of not sure. I think swap these two around. Being bullied by Reddit is a rite of passage. Genuinely, most YouTubers who are ever small will actually tell you that. That is actually kind of true. Like, Reddit is the best place to self-promote when you're coming up, you know? And it's also horrible. It's also a horrible place filled with angry gamers. Middle of the road, I think I'll put the Animal Crossing one at the top of middle of the road. And then the 2D versus 3D platformers. And then gaming's biggest problem, which is carried by the Xbox joke. The Xbox joke is one of the best I've ever written. Then Pokemon can stay there. And then we swap loot boxes with greatest crossover. And like this is like here. Homely Fudj Classics. What goes at the top of Homely Fudj Classics? Probably. The music stopped again? Yeah, there you go. Frozen Altars. Banger. Love this song. I think the competitive failings of Smash Ultimate probably goes at the top of Homely Fudj Classics. Then the Monster Hunter Rise D-View. Then, yeah, the 5 most underrated games of all time. At the bottom here is probably funniest songs. And then most disappointing. And then... I'm going to put the Sonic video there. Behind that. And then the DV one Among Us. And then the Crash 4 video back. And I think that's about right. Just looking at it again. I love this song. Yeah. I think so. Stick around, by the way. Once I'm done ordering these, I want to know you guys' opinions. But I also have like a little, I have a little thing to ask you guys. I want to hear you guys' opinion on something else just after this. Skyrim stays up here, and then this video next. It's really hard to like compare this video to everything else I've done and like be like, how good is this compared to others? Because it's so different. But it's my second favorite video I've made. Yeah. And then between Nintendo and anti-consumerism and the State of Smash Ultimate. Oh, hang on, sorry. This goes here. This is top 3, I think. Then I think the State of Smash Ultimate, because the Nintendo. Whoop! What did I do? Oh, did I accidentally save it? Oh, I just put it into night mode. I didn't actually know I could do that. The thing I was talking earlier about how I'm a very rigorous audio cutter, and I end up cutting my audio to the point where it sounds like I'm going too fast, and I'm never pausing for a response, or like I'm never really pausing to let the viewer think about it too much. I noticed that with the Nintendo video more so than anything when I watched it back. Is that it feels like I'm going too fast. That's a 48 or so minute video that could be 50 minutes, and probably should be, honestly, if I just let my points rest for like literally just a few frames of time, instead of going audio clip, audio clip, audio clip, audio clip, audio clip. If I left an audio clip and then leave a few frames just to let my point sink in, not like an awkward pause, but literally for a few frames, so that people get a bit more time to kind of react to and take in what I'm saying, rather than just going so fast all the time. So I think that goes a bit back. The Mario Galaxy DV is actually my second favourite, purely because I think the first minute is the best thing. It's the best single minute I've ever done in a YouTube video, aside from maybe the Sparrow bit in Skyward Sword. Of the top tier ones, I do think Pokemon vs. Billion Lions is actually my least favourite, and then cheating in video games, and then the new Pokemon Snap DV. And I think this might be the order. Let's look. Oh, hang on. Swap these two around. Yeah. I think so. A while ago, I would have said that like Skyward Sword and the two Zelda videos were actually my absolute favourite. But I thought about it a bit more, and maybe I haven't given myself enough credit on some of the other ones, which sounds ironic to say considering I've been talking about how much I love so much of the stuff I've done for so long. Will this be a rewatchable VOD? It will. It will also go up on YouTube, High Sphere. The highlights of it, at least. I'll cut it down a little bit. I'll be announcing a second channel pretty soon, and it will go up there. Pretty cool stuff. It'll be called Extra Fudj. It's gonna be cool. I think this is it. I think this is actually the order. This is a total of 40 videos. 4 in the bottom tier. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the second to lowest tier. 7 in the middle tier. 10 in the high tier. And 11 in the top tier. I don't think that's like massively what's the word? Egocentric, right? I think this is pretty fair and reasonable. This is a pretty reasonable way for a creator to look back on his content. I don't like the word content, in case you can't tell. I don't make content. I make really stupid fucking videos where I make really stupid jokes about video games. I suppose it's a good sign the old vids are in the bottom, pretty much. Yeah, I think so. From like mid-2020 onwards, you know, I've generally been pretty happy with the stuff I've done. And if I wasn't happy with it, I wouldn't upload it, you know? What do you guys think? Are there any major disagreements? Any ones that really shock you, that surprise you, that you'd shuffle around, that you're like, maybe I like this one a bit less, maybe I like this one a bit more? I'm curious, because there has been somewhat of a disparity in opinions. Not massively so, I don't think so. Why don't you like the unfixed events video? It's not very well edited. I make a lot of gross wet mouth noises because I haven't got a grip on how to speak into a microphone yet. And it's also not very funny. And I'm biased towards my funny videos. I like being funny. That's how I have fun on this site, is making jokes and being a fucking idiot. And this was during kind of a weird, almost identity crisis part of my... it's beneath a Pokemon video. It is. Yeah. You know, I get the most fun out of being funny, or trying to. Maybe I don't succeed. That's fine. Yeah, it kind of happened during a weird identity crisis part of my channel where I thought I was going to be... Maybe I would be video essayist, analyst man, pseudo-reviewer, you know? And it just wasn't me. I do think I have a point to make. I do think I make a reasonable point in that video. But the name Unfixed Events that I kind of make up for it is a bit clunky. Yeah. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me, personally. But, you know, I don't want people to feel unjustified or wrong in liking one of my own videos that I don't like. Obviously, the last thing I want is to like turn people off my own videos. Be like, how dare you like my video? You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome that people seem to like so many of the videos that I don't like. I was quite pleasantly surprised by that. Anyone else got any other big disagreements?